Brought to you by Usual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing
And now
Talk.
the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard
I'm talking about it's really just about stacking this money, man. Getting on these singles, damn positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
And
Okay.
Open Mic featuring you.
You know, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought he out.
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
You know, I'm not having it. Everybody's a suspect today.
Title holder and still undefeated Gabriel El Capitan Maestre.
How is that? And this gets done too by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life. I'm sick of it.
Hey, what it do, man? It is your boy, 503 Lineman. We back at it again for the win. Y'all make sure subscribe, smash that like button, man. And if you're new to the channel, come on in for the win with your boy. Lock in, man. Let's go ahead and get active, man. Usual Suspect Sundays. We are back, man, and we cooking Philly cheesesteaks today, man. We got Philly cheesesteaks on the menu, man. Boost Ennis, Xander Zayas, man. 7th round knockout. He made Xander bended the knee and quit. Statement was made. Boost Ennis, two division, 2-time unified champion, 147, 154. We had a great fight last night. Shots to all of the fighters who fought last night. On the undercard, Jahad Tucker for the win. Salute to Jahad Tucker. Salute to Ben Whitaker. Salute to Emiliano Vargas as well. I like what I saw from all those guys, man. Jahad Tucker was in a tough fight. He got the win. Ben Whitaker, you know what I'm saying? Second round knockout, Emiliano, I think 5th round knockout or 4th round knockout. Emiliano impressed me the most, though. I'm not gonna hold you. When we talking about the undercards, Emiliano fought southpaw that whole fight. Now, for those that don't know, man, Emiliano is an orthodox fighter, but he is working on his versatility, and he went southpaw that whole entire fight. So that shows me that the kid is in the gym. He's dedicated. He's really working on his craft. He did not switch back to orthodox not one time in that fight, and he knocked his opponent out, man, with a straight left hand, southpaw style. So you got to give Emiliano credit what credit is due. And the guy who he was fighting, man, that was a tough New Yorker. That was a tough white boy. Mills, I believe, was his last name, out of Syracuse, upstate New York. Man, the guy was a tough game opponent. He was not going, but Emiliano made him go. Let's see who we got up in the building. I see my brother D Fresh up in the building. You know what I'm saying? I see Tay Tay. We got our first usual suspect in the building. Oh shit, my boy didn't change his goddamn avatar, man. You know what I'm saying? He got him and baby girl up on there. This father of the year right here, man. Goddamn me, the good doctor, man. KG, what it do?
Man, what's going on with you, man? What's up with your chat? What's going on, man? Nah, look, it gave me a fresh screen, so I was like, for shit, let me add a new picture. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's only right for so we put the championship. You know what I'm saying? The Virginia United Queens are the 12U and 14U divisional champions. You know what I'm saying? And we got a showcase to them next week. You know what I'm saying? And we looking to them hit the road, man. We doing big business with these girls, man. All they doing is evolving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, man. We got our third suspect in the building. You know what I'm saying? Turncoat Tommy, man, from the Brizonks, man. You know what I'm saying? How you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Hope everybody here is doing well, man. How you doing? And my man KG, we spoke a little earlier, 503, man. Appreciate you guys letting me on. I'm doing a lot better than Xander, but I'm doing good, man. You know, it's a good fight last night. I'm sure, we're going to talk about it, or you guys been talking about it, but the question is, how am I feeling? I'm feeling good.
You made more money than Xander last night?
No, not at all.
So how the fuck are you doing better than Xander?
Oh, I'm saying feeling. I mean, he probably feels good, but he's waking up with some aches and pains. I'm not.
Yeah, Tommy, I tried to tell you, man. Did you throw your UK hat on for Ben Whitaker yesterday, man? I tried to tell you on the show Friday that Ben Whitaker was gonna take care of you, the homie Popeye, man. I told you.
You did, and you know what? Ofacio said the same thing. You both of you guys said the same thing.
Yeah.
That he's pretty much there to lay down for this guy, and that was such a bad effort by Popeye. I was wrong. I really thought if Popeye worked, trained for this fight and trained hard, I thought he would give him some problems, but he looked terrible. Like he didn't want to be there. So it was a bad stoppage, but the guy, I mean, maybe the ref saw what we saw. Like he wasn't in there to try. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was spot on with that one. That was probably the only fight that I was kind of like off on. So
yeah, okay. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I don't know who else gonna pull up on us. Hopefully, the rest of the guys pull up on us, man. But we're gonna go ahead and get to the questions. I see you in the building, Tay. Salute to all of the new people that's in the chat as well. After a performance like last night, is Boots Ennis already the best fighter at 154 pounds? Tommy, this happened in your backyard of New York. It was not in your borough, but it was in New York. So I'll let you go ahead and speak first, man. I'm not gonna do you how you do me when I come on your show.
No.
Just have you waiting and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Ahead.
Dan, that hurts, bro. What's the overall question? My bad. What was the
after a performance like last night, is Boots Ennis already the best fighter at 154 pounds?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I'm gonna be a little bit biased here because I've been a little bit biased when it comes to Boots because I am a big fan of Boots and I think Boots is a special fighter. I think he got exposed a little bit. I think Xander exposed of some things last night, but nevertheless, I think at 154, it's him and Fundora because Fundora has gotten a lot better, right? Like the Fundora of like 3 years ago, definitely I'd pick Boots to beat him in a heartbeat. But Fundora actually has gotten better. So I think they're the top two guys. And I'm gonna admit this. I'm gonna have a little bit bias and say that Boots is the top guy. He just, came up from 147, won a unification bout, right? Even though he didn't, this is his first titles at 154. He's already been in there with a champion, right? Fundora's been in there with a champion. Obviously, he took the belt from Zoo, right? So I just think that Boots' performance is a little bit better over a better guy because obviously I rank Xander a lot better than Tim Zoo. So I say Boots is the guy at 154, and I think the performance proved that in a big show and a big pay-per-view event too, not a small arena, nice big crowd. I don't know if they sold out. I don't think they sold out, but
Yeah, it said they sold. It said they sold out.
Yeah,
you wasn't in the building.
I was in the building. They didn't sell out because I didn't have a seat. I didn't have a ticket for the seat that I was sitting at. That would have been somebody else's seat if it was sold out. So, so, and there was still empty seats around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
yeah. So basically, you kind of was a renegade out there. You was sitting in somebody else's seat.
That's the second time I did that too.
He said, "I wish a nigga would."
Yeah, I was sitting. I set up like in like behind ringside in that section. So I moved up. I did the same thing. We did the same. We when we went to the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight, we all had our own section. It was BF, 78, Drew, Marco, some other boxing channels were there too. We all were there. My man Stephen L, Tay, we were all there. Those weren't our seats, but we sat there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it wasn't sold out.
Okay, man. We got our fourth suspect in the building. Your favorite, your most hated, Jay Steels, the mad scientist, but we know him as the Art Fella. What's going down with it, Art?
Hey, what it do? What you saying? What it going? It's your favorite, your most hated Art Fella. Pull up. We back for another one. Usual Suspect Sunday. Smash that like button, share that stream. Damn right, it's a Usual Suspect tank. You know, dig. Salute to everybody that's pulling up on in the chat on. I guess we're on multiple platforms right now. Everybody pulling up on Smoke City Mobcast, of course. Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. I don't know if this is running through TD Sports Talk as well. You know what I mean? But salute all the subscribers over there with TD Sports Talk. Salute to everybody up on the panel. You know what I mean? Season 2, Season 3 winners of the US6 fight pool. Big up TD, KG, you know what I mean? And of course, the host with the most, you know what I mean? The Texas Dripper, you know what I mean? 503 Lion. You know what I mean? Before I pulled up, and I'm glad I pulled up when I did because I heard our Season 2 winner over here acting like he ain't won nothing before. You know what I mean? Acting like he don't have no prediction acumen, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But
that normally happens when you get your ass whooped, man. He might have fell on his head or something. I don't know.
But this is no shade on how TD picks. This is shade on how TD gives out his flowers. You know what I mean? And this is an indictment not just on TD, but on a lot of us as boxing fans. Because after a great victory, it's okay to say it's a great victory. But do we have to proceed and continue to go further and say that he's the king of the division when that still remains to be seen? Are we still solid and can stand on our square just after seeing one great performance at 154 and then solidly say that Boots Ennis is now the king. This is the same paradigm we was going through with David Benavidez, and we were low key disrespecting the work that Jai Apataya has already put in. Low key disrespecting that the fact that he's already a lineal and Ring Magazine champion. Now, in this case, at 154 is different because the throne is still open. There's no lineal champion, and there's no Ring Magazine champion. But in my opinion, and I think the consensus would still say that Sebastian Fundora is still the top guy. And if he's not, Virgil Ortiz is up there close to being the top guy. And if he's not, one of those two guys Boots has to face before we can deem him as the king of 154. Xander Zayas was, once again, this was a great matchup, a great fight that the boxing landscape needed to see. You know what I mean? Happened at the perfect time. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear no Xander fans talking about, oh, what happened, he was too young for it. No, he had 2 belts, you know what I mean? And he called for it himself. You know what I mean? He called for the boot smoke and he got the boot smoke. But Xander is not he is not and was not the final boss at 154. Brothers, you got to put down either Fundora or you got to put down Virgil Ortiz before.
Is Virgil Ortiz the belt holder?
No, he's not a belt holder.
Who has the most belts at 154 right now?
I believe Boots Ennis does.
Oh, okay.
But I don't play those belts. I don't play those belt games, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We there's fashion and then there's sport, bro. I don't like. Yeah, I don't like mixing the two. You know what I mean? And right now, Boots is the most fashionable of the champions because he has 2. But is he the most legitimate? Is he the most credible? That still remains to be seen. Man has to get up there and either fight Fundora or fight Virgil Ortiz, who both of them are deemed as being, once again, I don't know whether top 1, top 2, 1, 2, 3. That's how it goes down. Those are the final bosses before we can determine that throne occupied.
Yeah,
no
man.
crown, no crown, no king was crowned yesterday.
You sound like bitter Budrick, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. You sound real bitter over there, man. KG, man, go ahead and take us home on this topic, man. After a performance like last night, is Boots Ennis already the best fighter at 154 pounds? What is your thoughts, man?
I gotta agree with our fellas. It remains to be seen because I still got Sebastian Fundora as being the best at 154 pounds.
You on your bitter budget time too, huh? Okay, go ahead.
And it's nothing bitter. I see what you're trying to damn drive right here, and I seen you doing it earlier, so it's not gonna work, Five. You know what I'm saying? And whatever your questions you got set up or statements or quotes, it's not gonna work, Five, because Bud is not hating. He's a retired fighter, and he's been constantly damn poked and prodded at by a damn active Boots in his team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he could be Bud. So what's wrong with a damn retired fighter saying that's what I'm supposed to be prepared for? He can say that. There's nothing hating about that. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing in that fight that would draw Bud out of retirement. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. So there's no hate. Yeah. Now, if he went out that bitch and starched, like start to finish and didn't get hurt, I can see Bud, you know what I'm saying, not saying anything, or if he says something, you be like, bro, now come back and prove it. But no, he saw what he needed to see. Xander ain't no killer. He hurt Boots, and Boots he didn't damn go in and close the show. Bud has that damn killer motherfucker in his system. So if I see that you hurt, Boots might not have made it out of that damn third round last night. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so rightfully so. No hate there. But Sebastian Fundora is still that guy. Because like Tommy said, and I said this, Five, you've heard me say this. I said it'll be who of y'all after Brian Mendoza beat Fundora. Everybody after that was supposed to damn step, you know what I'm saying, step on him. But y'all allowed him to go get that LASIK eye surgery and start developing an outside game. So Sebastian Fundora has gotten better, and he's way more dangerous now because he still will fight on the inside, and he has an 81, 82-inch reach that you got to damn navigate around. Boots likes to fight on the inside. How does he fare getting past that damn jab that's getting more and more active? Like I said, it remains to be seen. 54 has some anomalies there because Boots is unorthodox. Fundora physical damn presence is unorthodox for the 54 division. So they have anomalies there. You know what I'm saying? So it can be very, very interesting because everybody know at the base, most fighters, they're just fundamentally sound. Boots, you see how he gets down. Switch hitter, wants to be on the inside. He wants to show. He wants to, you know what I'm saying? He'll move at the waist. You know what I'm saying? His stance is wide. So it's completely unorthodox compared to a fundamentally sound boxer. Sebastian Fundora, 6'4", 6'5", 81-inch reach. His trajectory is punching down at guys. So guys got to navigate. So it's anomalies there. And then your Texas boy, Virgil Ortiz, he's back in damn Oscar's good graces. So he might be in consideration. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I said, now Boots, like I said, he got two guys there, especially with a Virgil Ortiz that they were supposed to see at 47. So that fight already has been baked and cooked in the oven, and we cooling it down, waiting for it to be cut and sliced and served. You know what I'm saying? So that fight right there, he has to see him. You know what I'm saying? For me to even consider it, especially at 54. Xander,
okay, I see what you mean. You talk, man. Go ahead,
hold on. But Xander want that guy because I had to correct somebody earlier when they said Boots, Ennis, and Xander Zayas, both guys fighting out in their prime. I said Xander's not in his prime. That nigga's still a kid. Xander got time, and Xander bounce back might be damn some serious based off of how they damn go back to the lab. So I'm waiting to see it. He's still a kid, man. I ain't the guy that put 20 on the 10 that he is. You know what I'm saying? I understand he's a unified. I know he's a unified champion. So the target is rightfully so big on his back. But at the same time, I'm still watching this kid's career, watching him evolve. You know what I'm saying, himself.
Yeah. Okay. For me, after performance like last night, is Boots Ennis the best fighter at 154 pounds? I'm gonna say yeah. Simply because when you look at the rest of the fighters at 154, and everybody wants to say Fundora, we got to remember, man, Fundora has been knocked out and dropped and hurt, went life and death with my man Giovanni Clark. You know what I'm saying? It's so much tape out there on Fundora that we have seen, right? This was the same Fundora that opted out of not fighting Xander Zayas. See, people tend to forget that. We don't remember when Xander Zayas ran down on Fundora and Gabby had to step in the way. But see,
yeah, we remember that.
But see, when Fundora come up in here and smash the gas on a scooter riding Keith Thurman, one step away from being in a retirement home, Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Flute playing Keith Thurman. Niggas just want to act like Fundora is the best thing smoking around here. No, sir.
Why not? Former champion.
We were saying that before that.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
We were scared for Keith.
No, you niggas was saying Keith Thurman. You and Red was saying Keith Thurman was gonna beat fucking Fundora.
Hey, we had our pom-poms out, bro.
Well, where they at now?
We waiting for Keith Thurman's return.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, You can't tell me that Fundora is the best, bro, when he didn't fight Xander when he had the opportunity to be a 3-belt world champion. Now, if he would have fought Xander and had all 3 of the belts, you know what I'm saying? And it would have been another belt lingering out there and Boots got that belt. Okay, I can't say Boots is the best. But right here, right now, Boots is the best.
Hey, Five. It sounds like you're saying before the fight, Xander was the best at 54. Is that what you're saying?
That's
Is
what
that
he.
what you?
On
That's what it sounds like.
That's what he indirectly
listen.
saying.
This is what I'm saying, right?
That's what it sounds like.
On paper, Xander Zayas was the best because
No, he wasn't. He just had the 2 titles.
He had 2 titles. That made him the best on paper.
He on some old guard shit, KG.
I'm just saying.
I got him. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Y'all niggas don't want to value the belts no more. I'm cool with that. That's however y'all logic and theories is and y'all perspectives. I'm cool with it, bro. All I'm saying is Xander. We put Xander Zayas on this pedestal and said he was the best young champion at 154 pounds.
Yo, you did. I ain't say that.
Nobody ever said that. Like when did anybody from the US6 say that?
We was talking about it on the open mic.
Pull the receipts. Nobody ever said he was the best though.
Do we got a post on US6 on IG about
Yeah,
that?
we ain't got nothing on US6 saying that damn Xander was up for the best.
I mean,
the fuck?
Documentation over conversation.
Let me stop bullshitting. That's me just talking shit. But in all actuality, though, I still feel like he the best, just off the performance. You know what I'm saying? Now, he does have more to prove because you still got Xander out. I mean, you still got Fundora. You still got Josh Kelly. I'm not even gonna say Virgil because right now Virgil is a non-factor. Virgil has been out of the ring. He's been inactive. He's been going back and forth with his promoter. Virgil has dropped the ball and missed his opportunity. So I'm not even gonna say Virgil. I'm gonna say Fundora and Kelly. Now, let's go ahead and keep pushing on to my second question is who beats Boots Ennis today? Does anybody feel, and this is how I'm gonna know if y'all think Boots is the best or he ain't the best. Who beats Boots Ennis today? Is it Virgil Ortiz, Sebastian Fundora, Terrence Crawford, Baki, Josh Kelly, or Devin Haney? Fella, go ahead, because you know you came in here on your bitter budget type time. Who beats Boots Ennis today?
Today, I'm gonna take Terrence Crawford off the list because he's a retired fighter. You know what I mean? It was, to me, it was a big enough and great enough performance and spectacle that it might rouse the spirits of Sir Budrick, have him taking second thoughts about maybe I might want this Boots work. Maybe I have to clean up Boots because there's too much of the boxing populace talking like he possibly is on my level. Boots, Bud is retired, but the competitive spirit I don't think is under retirement. But I'm gonna leave him off this list of who can beat Boots today. I think there's only one guy that we can logically say right now, and that guy is Sebastian Fundora. KG alluded to it earlier. He has a physical anomalies that present heavy challenges for a fighter like Boots, being the long-limbed 81, 82-inch reach, 6'5", has learned how to box from the outside. He's improved since these flaws have been exposed, because you always want to talk about the past, 503. I mean, talk about issues that he's had in past history, but you don't want to talk about the performances that he's put on of late, where he's shown vast improvements, showing that he's very dangerous in dispatching his opponents, especially dispatching opponents of a high skill set. And we saw that in his last fight against Keith Thurman. We saw that displayed in his ability to defeat Tim Tszyu twice. Once again, the improvements are the improvements are there to be seen. And I think once again, with those improvements and those physical attributes and intangibles, it makes Sebastian Fundora the guy that could beat Boots today. No other. Murtazaliev, where he at? Motherfucker been on the milk box since he lost to Josh Kelly.
What about your boy Sir Targaryen, man? He was at the fight last night.
He was at the fight last night, but I think he was more so scouting the prospects of Xander Zayas if he was able to win. I don't know. I don't know if that's a fight that he would be interested in. Boots against Boots right now, per se. So I'm gonna leave Devin Haney off the list. And if I'm putting Devin on the list, once again, I don't edge him to win this fight against Boots right now, today. I know how a lot of niggas love Devin Haney, you know what I mean? Hand over heart type shit. But we're talking about weight classes as well. And Devin Haney's never been north of 147 last time I checked. So that's a high climb, a mountain to climb, going up against a pound for pound like talent, and then having to move up 7 pounds and be able to deal with those same type of have the same type of conditioning, to the same type of power that's coming from a 154 puncher. And there's a difference in gloves. Ain't that right, KG? There's a difference in gloves when you're they switch to 10 ounces. So it's a different impact that you're facing. So Devin Haney, rightfully, if I'm on team Targaryen, I'm not taking that fight right now. I need a 154 acclimation fight. So today's not the day for Targaryens. Today's the day for Sebastian Fundora. That's my take.
Okay, man. We got our fifth suspect in the building, man. My brother, man, like no other, man. Cadillac motherfucking Red. Wow, what's happening with it, Red?
Wow, what it do? What it do? Salute to the brothers, man. Salute to the chat. Man, we had a tournament today, and we played in the warmest rain ever. I felt like Carl Thomas. Will you beat my summer rain? Will you beat my summer rain? That's how that shit was out there, man. We went 1-1-1. We wound up losing in the eliminator by 2 points.
This was the travel squad?
Yeah, the travel squad. We did our first travel tournament, man. You know what I'm saying? In the pool play, we put up more points than anybody. But once it got to the eliminator, man, we messed around with the ball in the end zone and got a safety, and we wound up losing by 2 points. So they did hella good, hella proud of them. It's gonna be Mo. But yeah. What's up with the squad, man? We outside. What it do? Okay,
let me go back to the first question. And I just put both of them together. So after a performance like last night, is Boots Ennis already the best fighter at 154 pounds? And who do you think beats Boots Ennis today? Would that be Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sebastian Fundora, Crawford, Baki, Josh Kelly or your boy Debo Devin Haney?
Why you put Crawford in there? That man retired.
Cause he talking shit like he won't smoke.
Oh, what'd he say? What'd he say?
Hold on. Let me
Go ahead and say it, Five, because it wasn't in that series. Go ahead and read it out. Why you ain't already got it pulled up?
I gotta go back to it. He said, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself, but y'all get it. He said, but y'all get it, I hope.
Wow, that's hating.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt your elbows reaching like that, Five.
Yeah, nah, damn. The man said I'm gonna keep my comments to myself, but you would not know what's going on. Nah, damn.
Yeah, that nigga, he on some slick, man, Red, you a battle rapper, man. You supposed to, be able to peep all the little slugs niggas throw.
Nah,
that was some shady shit, bro.
That ain't shady. That ain't shit, because you don't even know if he talking about Xander. You don't know if he talking about Bruce. You don't know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't finna play this. I ain't finna play this game.
I know what's going on.
He could have been talking about Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? You know what he didn't know.
He could have been talking about Eddie. He could have been talking about anybody. You just damn. Why would we say, nah, this telegram is for you? I don't care if it got addressed or not. This is yours. Man. All in all, okay, if that's what you're gonna say, I say Bud, Dev, and Fedora is Boots' toughest challenges. Will he come out on top of them? That is yet to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
But he did put on a hell of a performance last night, so I'm gonna definitely salute him for that. But, and I know niggas always try to say I'm trying to hate. That nigga put on the Boots offense so good, I guess that nigga feel like he don't need defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you just gonna have to be a shootout around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That nigga damn near fight Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll rock him sock about this motherfucker real quick because he feel like he got the better, it'll be the outcome is in his favor. So, I don't know. Defensively, yeah, but, you know, that was a hell of a fight, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Great fight from both of them. Boots did put on. He put on last night, man. He did. He got some respect, but I can't say the best at 54. Can't say the best. And it's crazy because I was calling Xander the best, but he wasn't all the way the best neither because of the Tower Inferno. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Tower Inferno pulled some bullshit, he still was next in line to be the best. So,
and you talking about the ducking, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about that bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking about that bullshit.
Okay, thank you, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Rock with it. You know how I rock with it, Five.
Yeah,
you know
okay.
That nigga Boots right now is carrying that nigga belt.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
But I would still give him the #1 spot because it was between Xander. Xander was first to me, and then Fedora was next. And just because Boots knocked the top nigga down don't mean he take the top nigga spot. It's the next nigga up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my boy,
No. In this situation, cause you want see you. The reason why I say this is because I just knocked Fedora down for what? The ducking, right?
Right.
What the fuck was Boots doing before he got here?
Calling us haters. Hey, Red, but he calling us haters though.
No.
You're a hater too. He calling us haters.
Hold on. Cause you want me to hold the fire to this nigga Fedora, right? So I could do the same light to Boots. What the fuck was this nigga doing?
Unifying the division at 147.
And got the fuck out of Dodge.
We go. Hold on. We go. Talk. No. Real quick, Red. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that.
Even if we don't touch that, what the fuck he did when he got into the division?
Oh, he fought llama beans.
Shit.
What he did in the second fight though? What did I tell you on your show, nigga? I said he gonna have a tune-up fight, and in his second fight, he going for the smoke. Did he not do that?
The smoke came to him. Niggas was looking for him.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
I'm saying. What the fuck we talking about, Bob?
Y'all niggas is hell, man.
No,
hey,
I'm just, hey, am I lying?
Boy.
Am I lying? Tell me, dude, and like I said, I'm not trying to hate on the nigga because the nigga did awesome last night, but am I lying with anything I'm saying right now?
Okay, hold on. So wasn't he gonna fight Virgil before Xander stepped to him and came to him, let you tell it? Wasn't that the fight that niggas been wanting to see for years?
Hey, look, man. I
yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
That fight didn't happen.
Who fault was that? Was that Boots' fault?
It was Oscar's fault.
Hey.
Hey, Red, what you always say? What you always say about them niggas at Golden Boy? What you always say about the niggas at Golden Boy?
And I agree with that, but I seen both of them niggas act funny. I seen both of them niggas act funny, Five. You was there. You was the nigga. And it's so crazy because today you will act like you wasn't the nigga telling me, hey, yo, this is where Boots is acting funny at. You know what I'm saying? Turkey said he gonna buy the fight. Boots said he need a tune-up. That nigga acting funny with getting this Virgil fight.
He said he needed 2 tune-ups, Red.
Oh, KG, don't take it from him. I want to let him say it on his own, K. You know we know that. You know we know that. But nigga, forget about
when they're supposed to be a Xander fight.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? If they treated Boots like Devin, he'll still be looking for a motherfucking fight because the nigga backed out on him. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Xander gave him a lifeline for that ass. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I love this, man. Usual Suspect Sunday, man. Salute to my brother Cadillac Red, All Fella, KG. We got TD in the building. Red cooking with hot fish grease, Cajun style on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? TD. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nonetheless, like I said, Boots did do his thing, and he put a flag down that he might be one of them guys, you know what I'm saying, pound for pound and all that other good shit too, though. So we can't disrespect that. Okay. Respect.
TD, I'm gonna ask you, bro. Who beats Boots Ennis today? Virgil Ortiz, Fundora, Crawford, Baki, Josh Kelly, or Devin Haney? Who you got?
So I don't want to count Bud Crawford, but if he made that tweet, which I mean, not if he made the tweet, then we can count him. I think out of all the people you mentioned, the only one, well, there's 2 guys that can beat Boots. I just don't think they would beat Boots today, right? Meaning as of this year or maybe the next few months. I think Boots beats them all. I think Bud would be the best option to have an opportunity to beat him, but I think right now, Boots coming off his best win would beat Bud. People, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for that one. And I think Fundora will give him a run, but I don't think Fundora beats him either. I think Boots has already been looking forward to fighting Fundora based on a press conference we had a few months ago, leading up to the fight. He mentioned, and they asked him about Fundora, and he kind of gave some things as to how to beat Fundora. So he's obviously had that in his tunnel vision. Like, he knows eventually him and Fundora will meet up, and he's already been thinking about it. He's already said some things as to how to beat Fundora. He said a couple of things about, so, and I don't think Fundora beats him. I think he'll give him, a run for his money, but I think he beats everybody right now. So
okay,
that's just my honest opinion.
Answer this question for the homie in the chat. He just put up a good question. Make the fight 68-21. He says, is Devin a better boxer than Xander?
Yes.
I believe so too.
Yeah, he's a better boxer than Xander. Right? It's funny because Xander didn't even come with this, come into box, right? Which I thought he would. He didn't even come in and box, no lateral movement, nothing. He came right at Boots. So is Devin a better boxer than Xander? Yeah, I think if Devin, but if you ask me do you think Devin beats Xander, I would say he has a chance to beat Xander, but I would pick Xander to beat Devin at 154. So that's just my honest opinion. Even though he's the better boxer, I think Xander will find a way with his size and strength to get Devin out of there. That's just my opinion, right? But I think that's a much closer fight, right? I think that's a much closer fight than Devin versus Boots, right? Because I got Boots beating Devin, right? And that's not to say that Devin's a chump. I think Devin's great. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's obviously the best guy at 147 without a shadow of a doubt. But, let's be real, guys. It's not about Devin Haney right now. It's about Boots Ennis and Xander Zayas, more so than Boots. So I really don't want to talk about Devin. It's not about Devin. It's about Boots and his best win he's had on his resume, and now he's a 2-time unified champion. So that's that.
Yeah. The homie say, how many true boxers has Boots faced? Boots done fought a couple of good boxers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I say, it's really, what you how you view these guys, right? Of course, you can say the boxing Karen, you can say Delorme, you can say Castillo Clayton, Boots got some boxers on his resume, and now Xander Zayas is another true boxer. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't choose to box last night for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I guess he felt like he had something to prove. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when like, and I think my brother Red kind of said it perfectly. Boots kind of draw you into that Macho Man, Randy Savage ass bullfight. You feel me? He have a tendency of doing niggas like that. I mean, the only person he didn't do like that was the homie Boxing Karen. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, shit, all these boys be trying to go toe to toe with Boots. You feel me? So, like I say, man, it's really how you look at it and how you view it. What's your perspective?
Yeah, and just to add on to that, like, it's not about your favorite fighter right now, right? Like, and this is part of what I wanted to talk about mostly, waiting for the questions to come up. But like, I said this was going to happen, right? I predicted who was going to win. I predicted the rounds. I didn't get the rounds right, but I also predicted that people were not going to care, right? It's very selective in the fan bases of who is an actual boxing fan and who is a fan of certain fighters. And like, people were not going to give credit to Xander, and they weren't going to give credit to Boots no matter what. People always looking at something to criticize someone, and they could never give somebody their flowers, and that's just crazy work. Like, this is a boxing podcast. We talking boxing, like, overall. And like, the fact is, who's a better boxer? This guy, that guy, this guy. It has nothing to do with that. Like save that for another day. Now, if you really want to be real and bring up other topics, let's compare pay-per-views. Let's compare, who's done better pay-per-views in their last pay-per-view. How about that? We could do that. But I'm just saying, like, we knew this was going to happen. Like, who's the better boxer with Xander and Devin? You got me to admit it. Yes, Devin's the better boxer. But, like, who cares, bro? Like, why are we criticizing? I
think he was asking the question, brother.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He got me. You win.
Yeah.
I still don't think he beat Xander. I think he has a good chance of beating him, but nobody cares.
Who don't beat? You don't think Devin beats Xander?
No, I don't think Devin beats Xander, but that's just now talking. Like I think he can, but I don't think he does. Like, that's just my opinion. But nobody cares. Who cares right now?
Man, listen, TD. Listen, man. On every podcast, live stream, video for the next week or two, when they talking about Boots, they're gonna bring up Devin Haney name, bro. Devin Haney name is gonna always be mentioned with these guys, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but he's not a 154-pound fighter. He's the top guy at 147, who has an opportunity to move up in 54, and he was at the fight last night to challenge Boots if he wanted to. He's WBO champion. So he could challenge. He could get in the ring. He could have gotten in the ring and done that. He didn't do that. And I'm not saying that he's scared of Boots. There's no way in hell. If anybody watches me and knows me, they know I don't call people ducks like that. I don't call people bums. So I will never ever say that somebody's scared of another fighter. And I'm not going to say that Devin is scared of Boots. But he had that option to do that. He didn't. Whatever. He did call out Xander when Xander had 2 titles. He has the option to do it again. But again, it's not about Dev. It's about what happened last night. We could save it for another live. What's the future hold, right? But right now, Devin has been inactive for like 8 months now, and no fight, no mention of a fight right now. So why are we even giving that, like letting that hold any type of weight? You know what I'm saying? We had a great pay-per-view last night, a good undercard, highly entertained, right? And basically everything I said. I said that one guy was going to win, he was going to look good doing it, and I said the other guy was going to have his moment. And that's exactly what happened. So let's talk about it. We could criticize that, but why are we bringing up other fighters that are just not relevant right now? That's just crazy work.
Nah. I think it was a valid question because
boxing always relevant.
Yeah. I think it was a valid question, you know what I'm saying? Because I did include Devin in the second question of the show, who beats Boots today? You know what I'm saying? And the homie was just like, who's a better boxer, Xander or Devin? Of course, motherfuckers is gonna say, oh, shit, I think Devin is a better boxer. So Devin might, you know what I'm saying? He might have a better chance. Cause I know for sure Devin ain't finna go up in there and do that dumb shit Xander did last night. You know what I'm saying? So
facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I think the question was valid. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna flip it to KG. He gonna take us home on this topic. KG, who you got beating Dev today? We got Virgil Ortiz, Fundora, Terrence Crawford, Baki.
Nigga said Dev.
Yeah,
Josh
all them
Kelly,
niggas be dead.
Dev.
All them niggas be dead today.
He meant Boots, man. He meant Boots.
Yeah.
Man.
Who beats Boots? My bad, bro. My bad. See, I'm acting like these niggas. I done got Dev stuck in my head, man. Go ahead, bro.
False. But like everybody said already, take Bud off the list. Boots beats everybody up on that list except Fundora. Because Baki knows no special features. Boots, I think that's almost like a stay on this fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Who else did you say? Virgil Ortiz. I don't think Virgil's been too inactive, and then I don't think Virgil possesses the special features to contain Boots. That's almost tailor-made in my opinion. And who else did you say?
Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly is Louis Crocker, Mario Barrios. He's just holding on to a belt right now. You know what I'm saying? He's just holding on to something. Yeah, and he's the new Liam Paro. He's just holding on to something right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is. And then you said Devin Haney. No, Devin ain't never fought at 54. He's a big kid. You know what I'm saying? He shows up big, so he possibly could go straight to 54 and fight, but I don't think he beats Boots solely for the fact that you said Devin is a better boxer than Xander. Yeah, that's true. Xander, no, you know what I'm saying? I guess we saw Xander checking off the box of wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think Dev is a little too skittish to try to get into a fight with Boots. And I don't think he's going to be able to move around enough to them outbox him. So none of them dudes beat him. And if Bud comes out of retirement, I don't see Boots doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because Boots likes to fight on the inside. And Bud will frame a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff will get posted up. So Boots would have to be a lot faster at his punches and be expecting to get hit in return. And like I said earlier, Xander hurt Boots, but Xander ain't got that killer mentality. If that was Bud in that damn ring and he had hurt Boots the way he did, Boots might not have made it out of that third round. Grand opening, grand closing. You wouldn't even be asking this. He's the best at 54. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, yeah, but Fundora, he don't beat Fundora. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody in boxing has allowed that tall motherfucker to get better. We can't keep them harping on, you know what I'm saying, his discrepancies, you know what I'm saying, when he wanted to continue to try to fight on the inside. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, has them posted himself at the outside, and his mid-range is different from everybody else's mid-range. So it's like I said, so his long-range, mid-range, and he still would drag them knuckles to throw that uppercut from the inside. So like I said, I think Fundora right now, being at his height and his range, he's still a 3-level fighter. This motherfucker can fight inside, mid-range, and outside. So that's a dangerous feat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Boots, you know what I'm saying, fares well with that. But everybody else, he beats the fuck out of them niggas.
All right, man. For me, I think Boops can beat everybody on this list. Outside of Terrence Crawford. And realistically, I think Devin Haney is a true 50-50 fight. Even without Devin Haney moving up to the 154-pound division, I believe that wholeheartedly, just based off of Dev's pure boxing skill and his IQ. I think him and Boots will be a damn good fight. I'm not really too sold on Josh Kelly. Fundora, of course, everybody wants to see Fundora. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the fight to make at 154 now. I don't think Virgil Ortiz will be a factor until he comes back fully and he's back active. And I don't think Golden Boy is gonna put Virgil in a fight with Boots Ennis after a performance like what we saw last night, and he's been out of the ring for the same amount of time as Devin, almost 6-7 months. That does not make any sense for Golden Boy to do that. But let's go ahead and keep it pushing, man. Is Boots Ennis? Hold on. Did Boots Ennis make the right decision leaving 147 without fighting Brian Norman, Devin Haney, or a Mario Barrios? And I want to come back to you, Red, because you did bring this up when you was cooking. Do you feel like that was a right decision not to fight the other champions at 147 and just move straight to 154? What's your thoughts on that, bro?
Hell yeah, that was smart. My bad. You know what I'm saying? That boy did the smartest. He did the smartest thing he could have did, because it was ass whooping city down there. And I was telling niggas before that shit happened, before everybody got on that Brian Norman train that they got on and got off. Yeah, I was outside saying Brian Norman beat that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? I was saying Devin Haney right on the nigga Boots. You know what I'm saying? Right up on his heels. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and that's just how I felt then. So he did good jumping out the pot and going to 54. And you know, it worked out for him. Fought a Lima Bean, then got unified. So, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with none of that. He did that's a smart move. A good run beat a bad stand. That's what they say in the Bible.
God damn, this nigga that went biblical on us, man. Shit. Okay, all fella. I'm gonna ask you, bro. Did Boots make the right decision leaving 147 without fighting Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney, and Mario Barrios, unifying the rest of the titles at 147? What's your thoughts on that, brother?
My thoughts are, I'm not on that old guard shit. Once again, I think he made the right decision for the reasons of he had to move up in weight because he was having issues making 147. 2, when he fought Ennis Stanionis for that unification, for 2 belts that you so put credence on, there was also another belt involved in that, another epic status involved in that fight. 503, that fight against Stanionis was for the Ring Magazine Lineal Championship. So when he beat and stopped Stanionis and unified the championships at 147 and legitimately sat down in the throne because he was the Ring Magazine champion in the Lineal, the #1 guy legitimately, it was okay to move on. Devin Haney wasn't really on the scene at the time. He was dwindling between 140 and 147. Brian Norman Jr. was a situation that was, I would say, handled poorly, but it was handled poorly on both sides. Both sides, you could make arguments, drop the ball for this fight not happening. And Mario Barrios is your quintessential belt holder, paper champion, and is somewhat irrelevant. Who cares if he never fought Barrios? So, to land the plane, Boots absolutely made the right decision because, in my opinion, he already sold up and wrapped up the 147 division while he could, while he was still able physically to do so. He physically chose to move up to 154 because he knew that was a great thing for his health. And so he could physically do the athletic, legendary, magical stuff that he does in the ring. Great decision. Land the plane.
Good cook, man. Well said, man. The Queen say, "Shed it, Red. I still ride for B. Tell Devin to run that ish back." Oh man. Okay. Shots fired. Okay, I'm gonna slide over to the BX, man. We gonna slide down to the Bronx. Hop on the A train, man. I'm gonna ask my brother TD, man. Did Boots make the right decision leaving 147 without fighting Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney, or Mario Barrios? Now you say 147 is a trash division anyway, so I'm very interested to see your thoughts on this, bro.
I like how you threw that in at the end, but I've been consistent with saying 147 has been a weak division for the last. Has nothing to do with the guys there now. It's been like that for the last about 3 years now. Ever since Spence and Crawford fought, I thought that the division was kind of weak, right? And I still kind of feel that way. I think it's getting better because some of the big names are moved up from 140 to 147. So obviously the division is a lot better now. And we have some good young talent that's moving up in the rankings as well. So 147 is not as trash as it was when I was saying it. So I will give that. But I believe that Boots made the right decision because, listen, you make the decision based on for yourself, right? It's his career. If he really truly felt like he was struggling with the weight and he was weight trained and it was a struggle, just like, the pictures we've seen at a couple of his weigh-ins and the last couple fights at 147, then who are we to judge, right? He went up to 154. I didn't like the fact that he fought Lima, which is kind of like a tumor. I did not like that. The reason why I did not like that is that I feel weight or no weight, if you got 30-something fights and you've been fighting for like 7-8 years already as a professional, why do you need a tune-up? That's my only thing. So Lima was sort of like a tune-up, and then he went right into the smoke and fought a guy that was champion. Whether or not he's 23 or 28 or whatever, he was a unified world champion. So, and he went in there on a big stage, not no club show, pay-per-view card, 50%, at least 50% of the other guy's fan base and his 50% his fan base went in there and he had a great performance, right? I mean, some people may not say great, it was good because, what happened in the third and fourth round or whatever. But to me, it was great because, anytime somebody moves up in weight and challenges the best and is at a big stage in a big, big fight, big arena, pay-per-view, and you do what you did and you win by knockout and become the new champion, and you went for the knockout from round one, then, it's great to me. So I think he made the right decision for himself. And just like other fighters, when they move up, what I'm saying? It's time. It's their time. We can't be so critical of these guys doing that. What we can be critical is the guys that keep going up and down consistently. That is a little different. But if the guy never fights at 147 again, I don't understand what are we talking about. So definitely the right decision for Boots Ennis.
Okay. KG, I want to hear your thoughts, man. Did Boots make the right decisions to leave 147 without fighting Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney, and guys like Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia? How do you feel about the sudden move to 154 without finishing business at 147?
I typically really don't understand the movements of the Ennis family, but watch, but watching Boots, and y'all know I'm a fan of Boots. You know what I'm saying? I've watched this dude look drained for maybe his last 3 fights at 47. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, at some point, you got to listen to your body. You know what I'm saying? And upon those 3 fights, yeah, he looked and appeared to be doing a damn okie dokie shuffle past a few people or whatever. But me, I was big on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look at this dude. He looks sunken in. And the crazy thing, when he got on the scale for the Xander fight, everybody was saying how drained Xander looked. Boots looked drained to the point that his beard didn't look like it was attached to his face. So I don't even think 54 is going to be where he is, you know what I'm saying, until they figure out the whole nutritional damn thing there, because he looked sunken in a little bit there going into the 54 fight. So I think he made the right decision going to 54, because like I said, you got to listen to your body. If you don't feel strong, I would not force anybody. No fighter, none of you fellas on this panel to get in the ring to fight when if I ask you the question and you can genuinely and sincerely say, KG, bro, I don't feel strong. If you're at these small weights and you still feel strong and you can look yourself in the mirror and truly mean that, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? Deal with the drainness and show up on, you know what I'm saying, at 47. But if you can't answer that question, you know what I'm saying? Because like when they was asking about at 54, he said, bro, I feel good, I feel strong, I feel this. So that's a great fighter to me right there when they're able to answer those questions, you know what I'm saying, sincerely. So I think it was a good move because of that. And everybody that was trying to fight him there, these dudes are young enough that they're going to be at 54 too. So it's not like these fights are not going to happen. That was just like with Earl and Bud. Like this before I even knew these niggas had history. I said, bro, when Bud get to 40, he going to fight damn Earl. Everybody's like, no, he ain't. No, he ain't. Earl going to beat him. I said, yeah, Earl going to whoop his ass. And that's what I was saying then. And then when I started seeing the evolution of Bud, I was like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
hold on. Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, Boots is almost, I'm like, bro, I guess I'm saying trust your body, man. And the nigga damn, he a big dude. Cause yeah.
Real quick, big bro. I want you to respond to this. Now, the homie say, let's be real. If he had lost the fight, will we be saying that he should have stayed at 147 and fought those other guys because he won, it worked out? There's nothing we can say. What do you say when people say shit like that?
I don't know why they would say that, but if Boots had lost that fight, I probably would have been the least critical, because I'm like, bro, he just moved up and he fought a damn unified champion. And Xander actually possessed the damn higher damn boxing IQ. But that's not what we got. Xander, you know what I'm saying? He kind of fought like when Batman fought Bane. Bane told him, he said, you fight like young man, nothing held back. And that's how Xander and Boots was able to then be composed to a certain degree.
That's a
like
fact.
I said, he fought like a young kid. So like I said, if the young kid had won, we would have had a press conference and it would have been an immediate rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because Eddie would have pushed that. Because he already said, damn, Xander can damn go back into, you know, got the rematch clause. But I don't think Xander should take it right now. You know what I'm saying? But he would have been pressing for Boots. They would have made that fight damn last night. You know what I'm saying? If Boots had lost. Yeah. So, but based off of that, I'm not pumping him up. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Five already got a series of questions. You know what I'm saying? How he gonna ask him? So if he asking him a certain way, we gonna answer him based off what he's asking. So whether Boots won or lost, I don't think it would have made a difference. That 47 question was gonna come up regardless.
That's a fact, because it's like this, and I'm gonna close this out by saying this. Listen, man, you have to accept it for what it is at the end of the day. Boots Ennis has some cleaning up to do. You want to know why he has some cleaning up to do? Because me and my brothers had some of our best shows and debates and dialogue speaking on this, and that happened on bullshit on the Beltway, right around the time when Jaron Boost Ennis was in negotiations with Brian Norman. So even though I'm gonna give Boost Ennis his praise, like the homie TD is saying, and I respect what my brother is saying, we gonna give him his praise, and yeah, hell of a win. But you gotta right your wrongs, bro, because you can't be saying this undisputed shit that you want to be undisputed, bro, and you fight one or two niggas in the division, and you talking about, well, my doctor said I can't make the weight. I'm only 75%. You can't keep doing that, fam. When your ass get out that ring, nigga, stay away from the honey buns, nigga. Stay away from the zebra cakes. Don't eat 10, 20 Philly cheesesteaks, nigga. You know, and maybe you can stay at the weight class for a while. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. Niggas want to see you fight Fedor, homie. You best believe that. I don't give a damn about no Devin Haney, about no Josh Kelly, about no nigga. You better fight Fedor, nigga. That's the fight niggas want to see for real, because they really want to see you get put on a t-shirt, nigga. You lying to me? You talking about you ain't finna fight Fedor? Nigga, please. You can't do that same sham shit you did at 147. That's why I'm asking the question. Because he did not fight Devin Haney when niggas wanted him to fight Devin Haney. He did not fight Brian Norman Jr. And I think boys would have been cool if he would have fought Brian Norman Jr. I think Devin Haney just entered the motherfucking chat a little bit late, but listen, the reason why that Brian Norman shit was so big for Devin Haney, and I'm gonna just keep it all the way real, because Boost didn't fight him. If Boost Ennis would have, if Boost Ennis,
tell him that shit, Bob.
I'm just saying, bro. If Boost Ennis would have beat Brian Norman Jr. like niggas was saying he was gonna do, Devin Haney wouldn't have a leg to stand on at 147 right now.
My bad, Five. My bad, Five. Can I run that shit back one more time to these niggas?
Listen, man. You really got to get, to all the Devin Haney fans, you got to give Boost Ennis some type of credit, because he left a lot of shit for niggas to clean up at 47. And Devin Haney, being the motherfucking per nigga he is, he came in that bitch with his goddamn gloves on. He had his 409. He had his Clorox wipes. He came in that bitch and cleaned up. That's what he did.
Nah, he halfway cleaned up. He ain't finished the job yet.
Then he started chasing. Then he started chasing Lil Wayne niggas. Then he started going after Lil Wayne niggas.
Here you go. That nigga the man at 47.
The fuck?
Hey, that nigga, hey man, he Mr. Clean to me. I don't give a fuck. Somebody got to show me,
that
man.
Start looking for 40 pounders and 35 pounders.
Hey.
No. They was looking for him. And man, we got mad what they found.
They was on the list before they was looking for him. They was on the list. Lil Wayne niggas been on the list.
And them niggas was down on the list until they want to start being found.
Lil Wayne niggas been on the list.
Hey,
I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out how he cleaning up when he only fought one guy at 147.
He cleaned his ass up.
At 147.
Cause Boost left him there, nigga. That's why, TD. Don't come up in here with
there's other people at 147.
Don't do that.
And some of those guys got criticized, because I remember a lot of people saying how Rolly was a complete bum and that he's trash and he stinks, but he's a world champion at 147. Make that make sense.
Blame Ryan Garcia, nigga. That's the sense. That's Ryan Garcia's fault. Blame Ryan. Don't come up in here and put that on us. Blame your homeboy Ryan.
I'm not putting anything on you. I'm just saying I don't understand how
say 147 has been clean.
Up the division. He's only fought one guy.
Nah,
And
Bro,
the one guy,
hold
Has
on.
not been clean.
Don't come
the
up
one
in
guy
here and
that he
say
fought was
147 is
getting
been
called the
clean.
bum too.
When
The one guy that
niggas
he
are running
fought was
around
getting
here
called the
dirty.
bum too. They called Brian Norman a bum.
Division cleaning.
They called Brian Norman a bum. Yes or no?
Who called Brian? We never called Brian Norman a bum. Who
That
did that?
DHP called him a bum.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, DHP called him a bum. Well, say
DHP
that.
called everybody a bum they put on the list. They
Say
put them on the
that,
list
bro.
and say they stand-up guys, then they call them bums.
Say that.
Yeah, they do that. hey, KG, you know better than anybody. Nigga, when I ain't had nothing to eat all goddamn week and they keep putting this nigga in front of my face. Fuck this bum ass nigga. I need some sandwich or something. Somebody give me some quick
Oh shit, I need some water fucking with these niggas, man. These niggas oh man, bro. Okay, man. We finna move the fuck on, man. Cause I don't want to make this shit about Devin Haney too much, man.
It's too late.
All right. Nah, bro. Nah, we going back to Boots, bro. We going back to Boots. All right, TD, I ask you, man, is Boots Ennis becoming the new face of Matchroom boxing? Do you think Boots has solidified himself as being the new face of Matchroom boxing?
Of Matchroom boxing? That's an interesting question because I would say yes. Is this like when people start talking about who's the face of boxing, who's the face of this face, I've always said this for like the past, I don't know how many years. There's really no face of boxing, right? Because guys are not as active as much, you know what I'm saying? And we're not really getting the fights we want. So there's a lot of different people we can look to say that this guy is the face of this boxing, this guy's so, but you put it in Matchroom boxing, right? I would say, yeah, I think he would maybe not solidify, but definitely put his name up there even more as to be the face of Matchroom boxing. But you know, you got Bam Rodriguez, ain't he part of Matchroom?
Mm-hmm.
So like it's tough. Like, and Bam is a face, right? Maybe not the face because again, I'm not one of those guys to kind of be like, oh, he's the face. He's one of the faces right now. He's a top pound for pound guy, right? Boots not on the pound for pound list yet. I'm assuming he will be on the pound for pound list shortly, right after last night. So I would say yes. Definitely one of the faces. Listen, boxing is a global, worldwide sport, right? We in America, we pretty much what's the word? We're pretty much spoiled. We have a lot of talent here in the States, right? And even, you know, we have the islands here, like I'll include Puerto Rico, even DR, you know, and some of the Latin countries, right? So we're a little bit spoiled. We got to see a lot of talent, but like when you talk about the face, you're talking about worldwide, right? So Bam is one of the faces. You know, David Benavidez is not Matchroom, but he's like one of the faces. You know, a lot of people say Devin Haney's the face. I believe he's one of the faces. But my thing is about activity and you know, big cards, right? And pay-per-view cards, main event, you know, those type of things where people say, yo, this guy's fighting. I got to go see him. I got to get a ticket. Oh, this guy's fighting. I'm going to go pay for this pay-per-view. He's the main event. And I think to answer your question, yes, Boots is definitely one of the faces of boxing and one of the faces of Matchroom, especially after that. And it was a pay-per-view fight. This was not a regular DAZN card. This was a pay-per-view. He was the main event. And he headlined a fight against a guy in another promotional company, right? That's also on DAZN. So absolutely, he definitely, you know, solidify himself as one of the faces of boxing. And once he gets put on that pound for pound list, that's going to even solidify it even more.
Okay. Red, I'm gonna come to you, man. Now, you always say "fuck you, Eddie." So I don't know how you feel about Matchroom boxing these days. But do you think Boots Ennis is becoming the new face of Matchroom boxing?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? He has started becoming one of Eddie's top slaves, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. I can't front. I mean, he don't got a lifetime contract. Y'all laughing at this shit. I'm trying to be for real. I can't never. I'm trying not to bust out laughing. But for real though, he don't got a lifetime contract. You know what I'm saying? So he might be like a 12-year slave type nigga.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because AJ ain't going nowhere. Nigga, AJ got a room in the big house, nigga. Who is that nigga on that NAD? That's AJ. You know what I'm saying? So he always gonna be number one. Global. Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's AJ. He could never. You know what? Eddie probably like, yo, you could be AJ, but you gotta sign your life over.
You gotta sign that lifetime deal, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need a fucking 360 deal, nigga. I need a life.
I'm gonna get a percentage of your whole name for life, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? And if he signed Boots for life, AJ and Boots gonna be Matchroom's finest. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? That's what they gonna be. So,
oh, that's crazy. I never thought about that.
But until he do something like that, he gonna always be second place, man. And there ain't nothing wrong with being second place over there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he damn sure. Don't ever disrespect AJ. You know what I'm saying? AJ go into the venue like, go ahead, you take the lead, whatever you say I'm with.
Okay.
Wilder walk past. Look, it's so deep. Wilder walk past AJ. AJ didn't had nothing to say because Eddie Hearn didn't tell him to say nothing.
Damn.
So you know. Hey man. So I'm going. I say he always gonna be second.
Okay.
But he turning in profit for sure.
Damn. We gonna see what AJ do in about another month. You know what I'm saying? I think he fight on the 25th with Earl Spence and them. So speaking of that, man, that's our foreign territory, man. Let's go to our foreign correspondent and see what he say, man. Is Boots Ennis becoming the new face of Matchroom boxing?
Before I answer this, let me address some comments that the brother read.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what I mean? Because true indeed, he was giving us some actual factuals in regards to AJ. I mean, he does have a lifetime promotional contract with Matchroom Boxing. However, I mean, because we like to tease and needle AJ for having that lifetime contract, being a good old boy, I mean, a good slave. But let me point out that AJ is one of the few fighters that I can think of that actually has the rights to show his own fights. That actually has a YouTube channel that shows his whole fights in full length, and he can generate the revenue off that. There's not too many fighters that can do that. That shit's owned by the network and the promotional company. But he's one of the few fighters that actually can put out his own music and not get carded for it. So let's put some respect on that level of business that AJ was been able to secure. Now, with that being said, with those type of deals that AJ's been able to secure, there's no room for a guy like Boots to be the face of Matchroom Boxing, bro. Because there's already a face, and that's AJ. And when that face starts to dissolve, which it is, AJ doesn't have too many more fights left. I believe, or too many more years left is not before the AJ train starts to slow down. So when that face starts to fade away, the new face that's being, I think, forcefully put in our face, and me and the Queen Shower noticed it yesterday. That new face is Ben Whitaker, the surgeon.
Ooh. I ain't even think. Yeah, I ain't think about that.
He's being inserted as the new face of matchroom boxing. You know what I mean? Not only is he getting heavily promoted on the UK side of matchroom boxing, but he's getting now introduced into the American public. So he's getting it all over. And this is where I don't think Boots meets that criteria of being the face of matchroom boxing. He might be the beard of matchroom boxing. He might be the face of matchroom American boxing. Right? Because he's showing the propensity to sell out crowds. Philadelphia, Atlantic City, great crowds, over 10,000 people. We saw the generation and the viewership attracted from this fight against Xander Zayas in Brooklyn. Boots is definitely a key important part to Matchroom's operations in America. So yeah, he the beard, but the face, nah, that's reserved for AJ and Ben Whitaker. That's my take.
Okay. KG, take us home on this topic, man. I know you don't really like talking about the the decorations and you know what I'm saying, all that bullshit, all the politics as much. But do you think Boots Ennis is becoming the new face of matchroom boxing?
Nah, I felt kind of took what I was gonna say, and I was hoping it was gonna make it around. I'd be able to say Ben Whitaker, but you got to think Boots is Boots, but the UK has their own version of Boots, Mr. Flashy himself. And if you looked at IG, Ben Whitaker and Eddie Hearn did lightweight photo shoots together. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of building Ben Whitaker. But Boots did check off a few boxes for Eddie because Eddie gets to say he got him one. Because we've been talking shit about Eddie for some shit, saying, man, damn, he can't produce, you know what I'm saying, no winners. Every time he comes stateside, you know what I'm saying, some shit happens. Boots helped him, you know what I'm saying, save face. Ben Whitaker didn't do that so much because Popeye came to lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But at the same time, Ben Whitaker is his guy. Like, because the crazy thing, we didn't get to see it so much in that fight, but I believe Ben Whitaker is getting better because I like Andy Lee. Andy Lee has coached a few fighters like out of the hole into winning. You know what I'm saying?
Is he better than Ben Davison?
Oh yeah, fuck Ben Davison.
Hell yeah.
fuck Ben Davison.
Fuck boxer size Ben.
Why did you mess the whole damn thing up bringing that faggot ass?
I just wanted to, bro, I know you be on your coaching shit. I just wanted to ask, bro. That's all. I'm a moderator, nigga. I gotta ask questions, nigga. Don't knock me for doing my job. I'm good at this shit.
You good at that shit, babe. But no, Ben Whitaker is his guy. But Red ain't lying either. AJ always gonna be his guy. Always until he hang it up. And even when he hang it up, he gonna be wearing a suit, sitting ringside next to Eddie because he's gonna become a partner. You know what I'm saying?
KG, tell him, KG, only one nigga got a room in that house. And that big ass, remember when they fought in the backyard? There's only one nigga in that house. My bad, K. My bad.
He got keys to all the cars. You know what I'm saying? AJ can do no wrong, bro. He's UK's favorite son. He can do no wrong. And if he can't sit next to Eddie, he can go to damn Riyadh and sit next to Turkey. That's like I said, Eddie, AJ, he solidified himself. He is the face. But it's cute. But it's cute what Boots and Ben is doing. But Ben is next up.
Yes, sir. Okay. Stay on the mic, K. You hot. Stay on the mic, man. I'm gonna ask you: can Boots become undisputed at 154? Is it realistic for Boots being undisputed at 154? Can he get it done?
It started raining real bad, so I don't know if I got static or not. But it's realistic. But it's gonna be damn predicated on what the game plan is for Fundora. Because like I said, you asked the questions earlier that built up to this, bro. Yeah, he beats pretty much everybody, in my opinion, that he might face at 54. But I think Fundora, that's a tall order, pun intended. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he could, because like I said, it could turn into a 50-50 fight based off of what he does going into that direction. Like, what fight does he take next? You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to take a Xander rematch. Is he going straight after another belt? Because if that's the case, then he's damn putting Fundora in the corner. So if he's building toward that 2 to 3 fights in his Fundora, or one fight then his Fundora, like I said, I think that's the direction he's going. But I think that's where the hiccup happens. But Eddie is going to put something in that contract that is going to be an immediate rematch if Boots loses to Fundora. Because he's gonna keep the pressure there. Because I gotta force it. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Cadillac Red, I'm gonna come to you. Can Boots become undisputed at 154? Is it realistic for Boots to get all the belts at 154?
All right, we're gonna jump back to Eddie Hearn, man, because I might be wrong. And y'all might can help me out. Eddie been doing this shit for a minute. Has he ever had an undisputed fighter over there in Matchroom?
No.
Not the number one promoter in the game.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think.
Not the number one promoter in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Bivol was undisputed, right? At 175?
Bivol wasn't with him.
Yeah, he co-pro Bivol.
Oh, okay. You know what? I give Bivol then if he was, because I thought Bivol was always on some Russian shit. I don't be seeing Bivol doing matchroom shit.
And he never had Usyk, right? Did he co-promote Usyk?
Nah. See, that's why
he co-promoted Usyk at a time, but not when he was undisputed. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you I mean, if you want to halfway give him credit for Bivol, I don't know.
We gotta halfway give him credit for Bam, even though he ain't been undisputed, but he's always been the man of his division anywhere he goes. So, what's your point?
I just don't see it in his blood. You know what I'm saying? So, if it ain't in his blood, and you know what I'm saying, he massive, say the slave blood gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? He'll get 3 belts and be like, nigga, you're undisputed in my heart. So fuck what the world say. Can't nobody tell you different. We don't need to pay them. They want too much money. You raking it in. You got you listen to our fella. You got the ring belt. What you need to go undisputed for? These are shit this is how Eddie Hearn be rocking. He act like that with 1 belt. So
these stocks are gonna be so irrelevant next year.
Hey, I mean, maybe. But he asked me this question today. So today, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I just don't see it. I ain't saying that he can't beat everybody. I ain't gonna say niggas can beat him. I don't see him going after it. The same way I told you about Shakur. When I tell you that ain't Shakur style, that he ain't never gonna go undisputed. Yeah, that's the same thing for Boots. You know what I'm saying? 1 belt, 2 belt, 3 belt, I'm gone.
Hey, man, I hope he don't do that bullshit, bro. Niggas is gonna be on his bumper.
I mean, he already did it, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. 1 belt, 2 belt, 3 belt, I'm gone.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very interesting take from my brother Red. Our fella, what say you, man? Can Boots become undisputed at 154? Now I know you ain't fucking with all the belts like that no more. But let me ask the R fella version. If he becomes the lineal at 154, is that like undisputed in your mind and your eyes? Does that hold credence? And can he do it?
No, I'll take the original question because your original question goes deeper than um I think than expected. Now, can he become undisputed? Yeah, there's a serious possibility. He has two belts right now, and there's two belts available. One's possessed by Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly is a matchroom fighter. So that's an in-house fight. So matching up a fight with Josh Kelly is a major possibility. There's no roadblocks. There's no physical obstacles stopping that fight from happening. Um, the only major roadblock or obstruction is when you look at the last piece of the puzzle to become undisputed, and that's Sebastian Fundora. He has the WBC. He's over there with the PBC.
Right.
On a different network. PBC has shown in certain instances that they will collaborate with other promotions. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but in this instance, with I think who I would deem as a key player in their operation at this time, in Sebastian Fundora, it'd be a hard. I think it would be a difficult fight to make on a co-promotion tip. But let me add on to the fact that Sebastian Fundora, as much as I deem him as the number one guy at 154, he is somewhat inactive. And that might be blamed to, you might be able to put the blame on him, but I'll more so put the blame on the incompetence of the PBC and not being able to keep their fighters active. You know what I mean? So when you're not keeping your fighters active, there's a window, there's a possibility that your fighter can become stripped for certain instances of not fighting your mandatories or not fighting in a necessary or timely fashion. We have an interim belt holder that's just under Sebastian Fundora, and that's Virgil Ortiz. So we all know the rules. We all know how it goes down. And we've seen it in just this past week. Usyk vacated the belt because apparently he didn't want to succumb to the mandatory obligations. Adjit Caballero is the interim champion. Now he's been elevated to full champion. So I say that to say this, that there's a possibility, the window's still open for Virgil Ortiz. If something were to happen to Fundora, if he decided next week that, you know what, I'm 6'5" and it's really been killing my body to make 154, I want to take my chances at 160. Virgil Ortiz will become the new 154 WBC junior middleweight champion. And then if that happens, that makes the possibility even greater that Boots Ennis can become undisputed, because all those belts are all over on one side, on the DAZN side. We all know Golden Boy, Virgil Ortiz are on DAZN. We also know that DAZN what, 6 months, maybe 6 months ago, were major advocates of making this fight happen. They were actually trying to force the fight between Boots and Virgil. We also have to remember there's a war going on outside between the old guard and the new. So it's incumbent that the old guard continues to put on great fights for these old guard belts, the WBCs, the WBAs, the WBOs, and the IBF. These matchups have to happen, and they have to happen regularly for them to stay relevant and go against the Zuffa belts, to go against Zuffa becoming more and more legitimate.
Real quick, all fella, can you respond to Miss Queen 71? She say she don't know if Boots can beat Mel though.
She don't know if Boots can beat Mel though. But why are we putting Mel into the equation when we don't know when Mel is coming back? We don't know when Mel's getting coming back with a tune-up. At least we know where Big Bro is. We know Big Bro's getting some work over in Australia. But can you tell me when Mel's coming back to do something in the ring? Because until he comes back in the ring, he's irrelevant. And he shouldn't even be spoken in the same words with Boots talking about he can beat Boots. He needs to beat himself and get back and get back in the ring and get back established. Because once again, this man has fucked up the 154 division. The former king has let his kingdom arrive. All these belts running around, scattered all over the place because Mel Charlo.
Are they locking out Mel Charlo? That's what Shower says. Queen Shower says they're locking out Mel.
Where is he actively trying to get back in?
Yeah.
I don't know where all this caping from Mel is coming from. But go ahead, Art.
How is Mel being locked out? I think the current champions will welcome Mel back into the fold because he's a former champion. He's still a big name in the sport, and you can still declare him as the lineal champion at 154. He's still the man. He's still the number one guy, but he's absent. He refuses to come through the gate and restore his own kingdom. Shame on that nigga. Shame on that nigga for just talking over social media, but don't want to do the real work inside the ring. No, it's not. It's not enough. It's not. Yo, you had your turn.
Fight next week.
I'm talking, bro.
Yeah, but he got to fight next week, though.
Yo, slow down, bro, man. Yo, go back in the corner because we ain't talking about Big Bro. We talking about Little Bro, Mel.
Oh, they looking like my bad.
Yeah. That same nigga that looked like Big Bro. Yeah, that guy. He fucked up his kingdom, and he talking from social media, but he ain't talking from the ring. So until he does so, yeah. He can't do no beating the Boots.
Okay.
Ain't moving no feet.
Okay. Yeah, the brother said a lot. I hope they answered your questions, my lovely queens. Salute to my brother BFTB for coming through, showing love, man. TD, take us home on this topic, man. Can Boots become undisputed at 154? What's your thoughts, TD?
I believe he can if he wants it. If he wants to really get undisputed, I believe he can. There are a couple of hiccups. I think it's not far-fetched. He's already got 2 of the belts, I think, and he already has the same promoter as one of the belt holders in Josh Kelly, right? I just think the hiccup is going to come from the belt that we always have problems with, and that's the WBC belt, right? And Oddfella spoke about, I was going to bring up the same thing. You know, Ortiz is the interim champion right now, and Fundora is the champ. So why are they not trying to make that fight happen? You know, Virgil Ortiz just went on. He clowned Boots. He clowned Xander, right? And, you know, one of the things that Xander had clowned Virgil about was like, you've never been world champion. And Virgil's post was like, well, you clown me that I never, won a title, but if I would have fought the same guys as you did, I'd be champion, and people clown me for it. That's what he said, right? So why can't him and his people try to make a fight with Fundora? They are the interim champion right now. They could be the mandatory if they wanted, and they could fight Fundora, and he can be a world champion for the first time in his career. You know what I'm saying? So, and once that happens, that builds up the fight even bigger. Because I mean, listen, Josh Kelly is not, no layup, but I do believe Boots beats him, right? I do believe Boots beats Josh Kelly, right? It won't be easy, but he'll get him. I think he gets him out of there. I would pick him by knockout, right? Josh Kelly, he's a good fighter. He can box very well, right? I don't think he's going to do what Xander did last night. So, yeah, man, to answer your question, to make it short and sweet, the answer is yes. He can be undisputed as long as he wants it. Obviously, he's not going to be given it. He's got to go and get it. And, Matchroom and Eddie Hearn has got to put him in a position to get that. They got one right now that they can get in Josh Kelly. There's no excuse for that. It's just a matter of the WBC and, and the politics over there. And as far as, Virgil and Fundora, do they want it? Fundora didn't want to fight Xander, you know what I'm saying? When he dropped the WBO title. So listen, I don't know how these other people move, but Boots has a clear path to get a third belt. So to me, the answer is yes. As much as if Boots wants it, he gets it. He'll get the opportunity eventually. It's just a matter of the WBC.
Okay, TD, stay on the mic. Stay on the mic. You talking that talk, my guy. Has the boxing media overrated Boots Ennis, or is the praise justified?
That's a tough question. Has the boxing media overrated Boots Ennis, or is the praise justified? It's a little bit of both, right? Because when we look at Boots' resume, people are very critical of it. Listen, we use the hating term comment. We call people haters very easily here in this channel, here in other channels, in the barbershop, wherever. We always like, yo, you're a hater, you're a hater. I speak to a hater like every other day. And this hater's name is Ishe Smith. I call him a hater all the time, bro. And we have conversations about boxing, and I respect his opinions because he's a former world champion. And he's been in the ring, and he's done it. He knows what it takes to be a champion. He knows what it takes to be in that ring. But he has said that Boots Ennis has been overrated. He picked Xander to win last night. And when I text him back, and after the fight was over, I said, I told you. He's like, yeah, but still, he critiqued it. So Ishe is part of, I guess he would be part of the media, right? And he's part of the fan base. You know what I'm saying? So I say a little bit of both. I think the media has listed him as overrated, and I think the praise may be a little bit justified, right? Because of who he's fought and when he's fought those guys on his resume. But I think if you're a boxing fan and you've seen the his work, and you just seen him recently in the past like 3 or 4 fights, then I don't think it's really justified, right? We got to look at what he's doing now. And there's another term I like to use. You're only as good as your last win or your last performance. And his last performance was a really good one. He beat a world champion, right? He wasn't given the titles. He beat the world champion to win 2 titles in a pay-per-view fight in a main event. He got to deal with those pressures, So listen, when you get labeled as overrated, you know what I'm saying? That comes, that brings pressure to you as a fighter. And he's dealt with that well. So I don't like to call people overrated. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather list a fighter as underrated, if anything. And also I like to say, just because we call a fighter or even an athlete overrated, that doesn't mean that they're bums. We acknowledge that they're very, very good. We just don't think that they're as great as the media may put them out to, make them to seem, right? So overrated term could be used in a couple of different ways. So I will put you with that. But yeah, I just keep it short and sweet. We've been, I've been on here for a minute and I've been talking all day today. I did radio and then I went live earlier. So, but yeah, I think it's a little bit justified, but I would tell people we got to stop doing that. You know, especially we're fresh over a big win last night for Boots. So you're only as good as your last win, your last performance. So I think we got to stop that. And that's why I brought up Ishe Smith, because Ishe Smith is very knowledgeable, and we argue all the time when it comes to boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's one of the guys that kind of listed Boots as being overrated. So,
yeah, no, that was a good analogy. KG, I'm gonna ask you, man, has the boxing media overrated Boots Ennis, or is the praise justified? What's your thoughts on that, bro?
What was the question again?
Has the boxing media overrated Boots Ennis, or is the praise justified?
That's kind of hard to ask because I've overrated Boots at one point in time. Boots has been on my damn pound for pound list, so maybe the boxing world is late, but I've always overrated Boots. So it might be rightfully so now. You know what I'm saying? I think he might be rightfully rated now, because if I've been overrating him and then they're finally acknowledging him, he might be rightfully rated. Who knows? But like I said, it's up to him how he performs. You can't just go off of beating up a 23-year-old, you know what I'm saying, that some people had promise in, some people didn't, and some people only had him at that regard because he was a unified champion. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to Boots. It's however he laid the damn landscape for him, which route does he go. If he wants to take a damn touch fight or somebody like that, tell him to call inactive male up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trolling the ladies in the chat because they keep saying he's calling for everybody, but I don't see nothing. Flood warning. I don't see nothing actively being done. They saying he's going to fights, calling for fighters, but when is he in the gym?
You done cut out, KG.
Oh yeah, K, you cut out, bro. Yeah, you cut out, man. You probably got a phone call or something. For me, I think when I look at this question, and the reason why I asked it is because we have in the US6 specifically been giving Boots a lot of praise. You know what I'm saying? KG, like he said in his cook, he alluded to it a little bit. He had
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Okay. You had Boots as a pound for pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? But continue on, brother.
Yeah, but like I said, me putting him there, that was me, you know what I'm saying, my bias because of what I like to see. But like I said, maybe the world is starting to like what they see now. So, you know what I'm saying, maybe he's rightfully rated. But like I said, I don't know if you guys heard me, but it's gonna be predicated on what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fall on what he does. Who is he looking to fight? Is he going directly into another championship bout, or is he going to chase legacy and tackle a name? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all heard me. I said he can go tackle the inactive damn male. Since the queens in the chat said Mel is calling for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But when has he actively been seen in the gym? So you can pull up the fights. You might be damn still getting sauced up. We don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So how valid is your word for calling for fights, if that's the case? You know what I'm saying? And if anybody's holding him, then, you know what I'm saying, he should be able to move around because, you know what I'm saying, didn't he do smart business deals? His money, right? Go set himself up and bet on himself. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's all predicated on what Boots does from this point. Like, how do they map it out? Do the Ennis family actually have input, or do they just let Eddie dictate the pace? And if Eddie dictates the pace, Red can take over from where I'm speaking right now. He's already gonna tell you how that damn pace is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So, alley-oop.
Okay. Cadillac Red, is the boxing media overrating Boots Ennis, or is the praise justified?
I want it damn sure ain't justified.
Okay.
We did that damn show. I mean, that nigga did win last night, so it do kind of make it a better case. But that nigga been overrated for a long time now. Shit. I mean, he wasn't even getting big names and big fights being the stepchild, PBC stepchild. Nigga, PBC shit on their own children. So being a stepchild, nigga, damn, you might as well be adopted. You know what I'm saying? and they was real loyal to that. So they was winning them fights against names of whoever they could find that they had money for. So that means your record is inflated. Motherfuckers 30-something and no. I remember, you know what I'm saying, a smart, intelligent host look a nigga in the face and tell you straight up and down, if your ass got 20 fights and you ain't got no belt, fuck is you doing? And he was that.
That true.
Sounds like inflation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, beating the Stanionis, you know what I'm saying? Even though Stanionis had shit going on, he whipped Stanionis' ass. I don't give a damn. Beating Xander, how he did. Make it sound like it's a little bit even now. Maybe 65-35 now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. Maybe 60-40. 55-45. But, oh yeah, when you got the devil hyping you up, you will always be inflated. You will always be inflated.
Sheesh Louise. Good googly moogly.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Y'all going off in this chat, man. Salute to the queens, man. I love y'all for that. All fella, man, take us home on this topic, man. Your bro say 60-40, man. Overrated or justified? What say the oddster?
I think Boots' praise is justified. I don't believe he's overrated because I think he's over criticized. I've listened to a lot of during the lead up to this fight. I've listened to a lot of panels and break down the fight between Boots and Xander, and one thing that's consistently comes up is Boots' resume. Who has he really fought is always the statement that is prominent when talking about Boots' deficiencies and lack thereof opposition, so to speak. But I think some of this credence is missed because there's a litmus test that we forgot about. And Sir Budrick is brought into the conversation because a lot of Boots fans compare the performance that Boots had against David Avanesian. Watching David Avanesian, stopping him in Philadelphia, and I think doing it in a more clinical fashion than Sir Budrick did in Omaha. So that leads to the allure. That leads to possibly that perspective or that concept of being overrated. But is Boots overrated? To me, nah. I think he's being rated accordingly right now. Going up against a young 23-year-old unified champion, a deserved champion at that, who was undefeated, and dispatching him in the fashion that you did, it merits that type of praise. It merits the considerations to be on the masses pound for pound list. And that's what you're now hearing. Because before this fight, I think it was there was a couple there was a fans and a couple people outside of the fandom that might have were considering Boots as a pound for pound talent. But now that after we saw that performance, there's no question. So I think the praise after that performance once again was justified. Overrated? No. Over criticized? Yes.
Well, all right. For me, man, like I say, man, I think the praise is starting to justify itself now within the last couple of fights that Boots Ennis has had, minus Lima Beans, Stanionis and Xander Zayas. I mean, those wins, and like all fella just alluded to, you can't deny the demo that Boots Ennis is putting down. He is the definition of the demo tape. And when you get these guys in that you are supposedly better than, you're more skillful than them, your levels above them, as guys like to say, and boxing fans and the girls like to say, you go up in there, man, and you put their ass on a t-shirt. And that's what Boots Ennis has been doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, will he continue to do so? That is yet to be determined. But right here, right now, today, I think the praise is justified. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad now looking at it and thinking about it. Now I'm not mad at KG for putting Boots Ennis on his pound for pound list. I talk hella shit when he did it 3-4 years ago, because I mean, he put Boots Ennis probably on his first ever pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Boots had none of these guys on the resume. You know what I'm saying? So this probably was when Boots was. I don't even think Boots was still fighting on. I don't even think he was on Matchroom. He was still on PBC. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you look at it like that, right here, right now, the praise is definitely justified. US6 Sundays, man, usual suspect Sundays, man. I am your host, 503 Lion Hard Hitter Sports Entertainment. We got 2 more questions to get to. We already at our 2-hour mark. So I got these last couple of questions, and we're gonna get up out of here on a good note. Which win would define Boots' career the most? Cadillac Red, I want to hear what you got to say. Which win for you would define Boots Ennis' career the most?
Well, I can't say which one. You saying like a future fight?
Yeah, like which win? What win in your mind against a certain opponent will make you say, okay, Boots Ennis is that nigga. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got no more slick shit to say about nothing.
Beat Fundora, go undisputed at 54, and he'll be headed in the right direction. Now I can't say that he ain't gonna have to do nothing else, because it's motherfuckers that it went undisputed at multiple weight classes is more shit. You know what I'm saying? But go undisputed at 54, beat Fundora. Yeah, you that guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't say nothing about whoever cutting the 54. That will be Boots Castle. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, address all these other comments like Mel Charlo, Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Are those fights that you think define Boots' career as well? Are those guys too inactive at this point for you to give Boots credit for that?
They don't really define nothing because they ain't got no titles or nothing. Only nigga that all right, okay, yeah, niggas want to play games is what you're saying. That what you're saying, 5 niggas in the chat playing games? Fuck it. Red can play those games. You fuck around with an ignorant nigga. It's only one nigga that don't got a belt that will define if Boots is great or not, and that nigga gonna whip Boots' ass. And that is one-time Keith motherfucking Thurman, nigga. Believe that. The best nigga at 154. Yeah, the big nigga caught him slipping one time. He was slipping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Slipping. And he had a great ass game plan. He still started turning it up before they stopped it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he can't fuck with one time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a champ, somebody that's not a champ, one time. Other than that, he need to fight from door and go undisputed and do something with himself. But if they're on some bullshit.
So you put Thurman over Earl Spence and Charlo? Mel Charlo?
Right, Thurman beat all them niggas. Thurman beat all them niggas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how y'all like that in the chat, ladies? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all been going off in the chat. TD, I'm gonna ask you, man. which win would define Boots' career the most? Now, we just heard what Cadillac Red said. Undisputed, Fundora, Keith Thurman. What say you, TD?
Yo, Red is the greatest, man. Red is the greatest. Listen, if we're talking about the future, then I'll answer that. But if we're talking about now, he just had it, right? I'll still go back. You're only as good as your last performance and your last win. So right now, as of right now, Xander is his biggest win in his career. Going forward, whoever he fights for a world title at 154, whether it's Josh Kelly, Fundora, if Virgil happens to get the belt from Fundora, would be a defining moment. Any world title fights. Right now, 154, the top guys, either have titles or just lost a title, and you have a few guys coming up. So to define Boots Ennis' career at the moment, he already just had his defining win. And going forward, any world champion that he faces would be a defining moment. I'll even go a little further for our friends that may be, watching in the chat, or maybe, ghost listening right now. If Devin Haney decides to move up to 154 and request to be the mandatory through the WBO, and he beats Devin Haney, that would be the best fight of his career as well, a defining moment. So going forward, I think whatever fight, as long as it's a world title fight, capturing new title, or if it's like a top 5, in the ranking type guy, that would be it. So like going, he just had it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to do that to him and say like he needs another one. No, every fight he has going forward, as long as it's top notch, he's not fighting lima beans again, you know what I'm saying? So it would be a defining moment to his career. That's my take.
All right, KG, you back. What say you? Salute to my brother Rod Neal and Talib Cunningham. I see y'all in the building. The homie Smurf say Debo coming. Don't worry. Okay. Which win would define Boots' career the most? KG, what you got on that, man? You heard what your brothers then said. One say Debo Dev, one say Keith Thurman, undisputed at 154. What you got on it, KG?
Crazy thing, he's at 154 pounds right now, and we've always called that a dangerous division, right? I don't think it's one win that does it. I think if he goes on, on a rampage, taking care of, the likes of who?
Fundora?
Well, no, I'm not even talking about champions right now. I'm just saying, like if he just did it right, and for some reason he can't get none of the champions, and he looked at the sanctioning bodies that he's holding belts at, bro, he got some names he can take out. You know what I'm saying? He got Brandon Adams, Rashidi Ellis. These guys are still ranked in the division that he's at. Madrimov. That's a fight that he can say, oh yeah, I did it better than Bud. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Like I said, you got your boy, you honest tellers. Like I said, he can go on a rampage where he's taking names, kicking ass and taking names, and I think that will solidify him, and then it will build him. You know what I'm saying, in the direction that when the Fundora fight happens, then the people that's still not on board, that's what would be the defining fight. But I'd be like, no, I think he can put himself on a defining path based on the names that are there. And I just finished looking at all of the sanctioning bodies, top 15s. I don't see Jamel Charlo on none of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's no necessity to be damn worried about a Jamel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Jamel Charlo he got to reestablish himself. So, but he can really go on a defining path if he does it right.
Okay, I like the sound of that. All fella, take us home on this topic, brother. Which win would define Boots' career the most? Now you heard what everybody has said, man. I saved you for last for a reason, man, because I know you like to come left field with shit. So what you got?
I'm in the same field with TD right now, to a certain extent. I think he experienced his defining moment on Saturday night against Xander Zayas. That definitely defined him and answered a lot of questions to the boxing world. Both of those men were tested in that fight on Saturday night. We're able to see that Boots has grit, dog, the ability to recover when he's buzzed, and not shy away from the smoke when he does get wet, when he does get touched. So with the amount of things that were at stake with that fight, their pristine records being that they're both undefeated, which is still somewhat important in today's boxing. The fact that there was 2 world-class belts on the line. The fact that it was a relatively packed house in Brooklyn, in New York, which is a boxing hotbed, a boxing mecca. This was a career-defining moment. Guys like Mel Charlo, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, I'm sorry to say, those fights aren't defining moments for Boots right now. These guys are inactive, non-champions, and not really in the top mix of things. They would be great names to have on your resume, but do they represent defining moments for Boots? No, another defining moment that's going to be created in the future is when Boots gets in there with another major challenge, major obstacle that has a belt. A defining moment going up against Sebastian Fundora. Commercially, it might not be the biggest selling fight, but definition-wise, if Boots comes out of that clinically finishing Sebastian Fundora, that's a defining moment to his legacy. A super fight with the likes of Devin Haney moving up in weight, with his cachet, with his accolades, still being undefeated, being a master, looked at as a master boxer, defeating the likes of the King Targaryen, Devin Haney, will definitely be a career-defining moment. But those are where we can make those definitions. Not just any other fight with a fighter with a name, whether it's a Mel Charlo or Spence, are going to define Boots' career. They got to be his contemporaries that are active, legitimate, and dangerous. That's my take.
Yeah, for me, man, I agree with what Red said. Minus the Keith Thurman shit. Undisputed at 154, you beat Fundora, you beat Pretty Boy Josh Kelly, you moving in the right direction. Now, of course, I think people do want to see the likes of Mel Charlo, EJ in the mix, right? Because you know they are vintage guys with a lot of shock value in their name. You know what I'm saying? And we know what Earl Spence is doing right now. He's on the verge of reviving his career, and I want to see Earl Spence do that. Depending on how he look in that fight, it's going to determine whether he should go after Boots or get in position to fight a Fundora or even fight a Boots Ennis. We got to see how that shit play out. Me, myself, personally, I honestly think that's what the PBC is banking on. I think the PBC is waiting to see how Earl Spence look against Tim Tszyu. If he go up in there and take care of business, I think they're gonna make Fundora and Earl Spence Jr. I don't and I don't want people to be mad when Boots Ennis have to go fight Josh Kelly. I don't want people to say, oh, Boots Ennis is ducking Fundora when Fundora ducked Xander Zayas and dropped the belt and to fight Tim Tszyu. We have known that Tim Tszyu and Fundora are PBC guys, and Fundora is gonna do whatever Sampson and Louis DeCuba and Al Heyman tell him to do. He's already proven that. You know what I'm saying? So of course everybody want to see the Fundora fight, but me myself personally, I don't think Fundora and Boots is gonna fight next. I think they waiting on Earl Spence. That's a good in-house fight for the PBC. They can keep all the money to themselves. They don't have to split none of the money with Eddie. They don't have to bring in the zone. They can do that shit on Amazon Prime, and niggas is gonna buy it because we just seen Fundora beat Keith Thurman, and possibly we gonna see Earl Spence Jr. beat Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how all this shit play out, man. I got one last question for the chat and for the panel, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. I'm introducing something new. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but the US6 report card, man. I want to grade Boots Ennis on his skill, his resume, his entertainment, his activity, his star power, his business decision, his legacy, and his potential. I'm gonna get a brother some time to get their grades together. For me right here, right now, man, I would give Boots Ennis a solid B minus. Right? I think I would give Boots Ennis a B minus. I can't give him an A because some of his business decisions have been shaky. He did leave 147 without fighting the likes of Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. I think that kind of left a stain on his legacy a little bit, and he's having to play clean up and catch up at 154. I think the activity has been good. He's already come back in his second fight. You know what I'm saying? He's doing pretty good with the activity. The resume is building up. I don't think he has one of the best resumes, right? His entertainment is flawless. He's very, very entertaining. I think he's too entertaining to a fault at time because he leaves himself vulnerable to be hit and be hurt, like how we seen last night against Xander Zayas. And I think he has limitless potential. I think the sky is the limit, like Biggie said, with his potential, because like I say, it's so many great fights in and around Boots Ennis. Like I say, from Earl Spence to Charlo to Devin Haney, of course the Fundora, the Josh Kelly fight. You know what I'm saying? Charlo, it's so many good fights around Boots Ennis in and around his way. So for me, I'm gonna give Boots Ennis overall for the first grade of the US6 report card right here live on US6 Sundays. I'm gonna give him a B minus. You know what I'm saying? He could do a lot better in certain places, but for the most part, right here, right now, I think a B is solid. Cadillac Red, I'm gonna come to you first, man. What's the red factor grade, man? What's the report card you giving on Boots Ennis based on his resume, his skill, his entertainment, his activity, star power, business decisions, legacy, and potential? What are you grading Boots Ennis?
Well, you throw it out them first categories. I was like, shit, he an A. Yeah, but then you start saying business and all that other shit. Whoa. Brought that nigga grade down. So goddamn.
Well, you know, I try to be a fat nigga, Red. I don't want to be a biased person. But go ahead.
All right, man. If we count in all that extra shit, you know what I'm saying, being a slave and business acumen and all that, I'm gonna give him a B plus, A minus. Because he coming off one of the biggest wins of his career, and he won it handedly. You know what I'm saying? He got in trouble one time in the fight, maybe twice, but he was knocking. He was handling his business. So I say A minus. I say A minus, man, for sure.
Okay. KG, what's your good doctor report card grade, man? What you grading Boots Ennis, man? Right here, right now, based on his skill, resume, entertainment, activity, star power, business decisions, legacy, and potential. What's the grade from the good doctor?
I gotta put a hope in there. I gotta hope he does. You know what I'm saying? What we talked about collectively here today. Far as like when you ask, you know what I'm saying, what's the next move? What's the best path? What's his defining moments? Like, I hope somebody on the team is, you know what I'm saying, able to listen to this and can pass the word to Bozy, and Bozy can go to him and say, you know what you need to do, and it'll translate to everything that we all just said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping, because I want to give him an A- like Red, but when you look at his resume, you know what I'm saying, based on, you know what I'm saying, the trajectory and him leaving 47 the way he did, it's kind of hard to really give him that A-. You know what I'm saying? So when you first initially asked the question, my mind was already thinking like a B+. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm hoping, because one thing about this situation, Eddie Hearn will handcuff and hide and hold people, you know what I'm saying, on his side of the water. Will he do the same for Boots, or will he be throwing him into shark infested waters? Like just say, oh well, shit. Well, Bozy say, you know what you need to do, you need to go out there and do it. And Eddie might start talking the same damn way. And if that's the case, then Boots is gonna be in every damn name fight that we can possibly put him in until we see him catch a L. But right now, and like I said, with Eddie handling it, yeah, I say it's a B+. B+, because like I said, he got a clean slate at 54. You know what I'm saying? It started kind of shaky, but then he jumped right into the fire with a unified champion. So yeah, I give it a B. I give it a B+.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All fella, what say you, man? What's the mad scientist report card, man? I want you to grade Boots Ennis on his skill, resume, entertainment, activity, star power, business decisions, legacy, and potential. What you got, Art?
Yeah, I'm teetering between two grades, and that's a B+ to an A-. I think there might be too much put in to some of Boots's criticisms when it comes to his business decisions, in my opinion. I was listening to U5 on TD's platform, and you was cooking. Yeah, you was cooking with some flames, bro. You know what I mean? And you said a great point with regards to Boots. You said Boots didn't want to take that Riyadh season money. You said Boots wanted to build his fan base and build his base in America for his American fans. So he didn't just jump on the Riyadh season bag, jump on the whole OG Turkey Johnson wallet situation. He, in a sense, got it from his own mud. Got it from the Pennsylvania mud. Eddie's been successful in building the fan base with him in Philadelphia and in the Pennsylvania market, doing numbers in Philadelphia and Atlantic City. So we gotta put some respect on those business decisions at the least. So with that all being said, and what we saw in the performance last night against another absolutely legitimate operator in Xander Zayas, I think it's fair that I'm gonna stand on an A-.
Okay. TD, take us home on this topic, man. You know what I'm saying? What does Turncoat Tommy grade Boots Ennis, man, right here, right now, man? Skill, resume, entertainment, activity, star power, business decisions, legacy, and potential. What you got, Tommy?
Turncoat Tommy. That hashtag is trending. Listen, man, I like the question. At first I was trying to understand it a little bit, but thankfully I went last, so I got to cheat by listening to everybody else. But It's a good question, and I like the way you put it. It's not easy to grade, but we're gonna go off of everything up to last night. And I think you gave a good grade, 503. But I'm gonna, just so that I don't copy you, I'm gonna go 85 average, which is a B. I'm not gonna go B minus, but I was leaning towards a B minus, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because as far as the business decisions, I believe he could have done a lot better. And the reason why I say he could have done a lot better as far as making some fights is because he's got his father, who's been in the business a very, very long time. And he had two other fighters in his brothers that had careers as well. So they should have learned off of that experience, as far as how to move boots to get him to that, elite star, star level, right? Star potential, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm bringing it down to 85. I think everything else is there. And the fact that he gets criticized a lot for going to Matchroom and signing with Eddie Hearn, and we all know Eddie Hearn is, one of the best liars in the business, right? But I believe he's also a good promoter as well, and he's a good talker, and good talkers are great promoters, right? Whether you're lying or telling the truth. So Eddie Hearn doesn't get enough credit as like a lot of other people, and it's because of his lies. And what hurt him is not making the Brian Norman fight. I think Eddie and Matchroom, they had the funds and the capability of making that fight. What Brian Norman and his team wanted, they could have made it, and that hurts a little bit, because I believe he would have beat Brian Norman Jr., right? But we'll never know, because the fight didn't get made, and people make it look like he ran and to 154. And I don't truly believe that, because like I said, if a fighter don't feel comfortable with his weight, they don't feel comfortable. That is what it is. It's their career at the end of the day. But I believe they should have made that fight. And that's when it comes to those business moves, right? Because they should have pushed Eddie and said, look, give him what he wants, right? Because we still would have had to fight either in Philly or in Atlantic City, and it would have done great numbers. And you would have got to, perform and win a world title, right, against Brian Norman. So that's where it kind of hurts him a little bit. So I say 85 average with room to improve, because, right, sky's the limit, right? We hear that cliche term, sky's the limit for Boots Ennis right now, right? Because you just became two-time unified champion, and now you're on your way to hopefully, getting the opportunity to get undisputed, which brings your grade all the way up, right? Because then you become a bigger name than what you are, right? Because and that helps the legacy. So as far as you got skill, which I believe he has great skill, right? And it also, here's the other thing I want to talk about. It's also a B for me because, yeah, he had a great performance yesterday, but I do believe, just based on the performance, that he underestimated Xander, right? And he fought like that early because they kind of went at each other, and he underestimated him, thought he would get him out there a little bit too early, and, reality hit him in that third round, and he had to face some things there in the third round, and he had to compose himself and and test himself, right? Because he was tested in that moment, and it answers some questions as far as his chin, right? Because people are going to be quick to say that he's chinny because they said Xander couldn't punch, but no, chinny means chinny, in my opinion, means like you can't get up, or you can't reestablish yourself, or come back from getting hurt or wobbled, right? So I think he showed he had a good chin as far as composing himself and, getting his legs back a little bit in that fourth round, and then eventually going ahead and winning the fight. So,
hey, hold on, TD. See, you said something right there, bro. Why don't people say that? Everybody is going around here saying, oh, he get hurt too much, he get hit too much, but didn't he show a good chin?
He showed a great chin, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you get wobbled.
Bro.
People get wobbled. It's boxing. I'm sure he got wobbled in the gym. We hear the stories about him in the gym sparring, and he spars great competition. They were talking about him knocking out a heavyweight. I don't know who that heavyweight was, and I think that's a little cap. But he does spar bigger guys, because he did spar a lot of 160. We had a guy on Friday night. Was it Friday or Thursday night? Thursday. My friend Maelo, right? He fights at 160. He worked with him. He worked with Vito. He worked with some other 160, maybe 175 fighters. So listen, you don't think he got buzzed in those sparring sessions? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like
Everybody does.
everybody, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for me, 85% is good, which is a B grade, and sky's the limit for him because he has the opportunity now to put himself in position to get these bigger fights and to capture more titles. You feel me? So, you know, there's no perfect fighter. He hasn't got there yet. Until your career is over, then we could say if you're a perfect fighter or not, which would be an A plus. You know what I'm saying? So right now, B is the grade, and it's for some of his business moves and the fact that he has somebody like Bozy, you know, manage and train his brothers in their careers. You know, he learned already. You know, Boots is still learning as far as that, but you know, it's in his father's hands, and right now he's signed with Matchroom, and it's in their hands as well. But like, listen, just because he's not the promoter or he's not promoting his own brand or it's not, you know, and he's under Eddie Hearn doesn't mean that he can dictate his career. Like he can push Eddie and say, yo, get me this fight and get me that fight. It's not always what Eddie says, like a lot of people will put out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so that's why I give him an 85 grade. B grade for Boots Ennis right now.
Okay, solid. All right, man. That is it, man. I ain't got nothing else to give y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We've been on rocking and rolling for 2.5 hours, man. We have overly cooked. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody saying that they won't give Boots in his credit. Well, if you listen to the show, brother, you rewind it, man. You go back and listen. You know what I'm saying? We gave Boots Ennis nothing but credit and praise today. You know what I'm talking about? So and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, that training and marathon continue. You know what I'm saying? Going into Monday and going into this new week of boxing. I know we have Paramount tonight, Zuffa, El Rayo, Jose Venezuela. I know our fella is excited about that. We also have the young boys next week, man. Abdullah Mason, Prince Albert Bell in Ohio for the 4th of July. There's gonna be some fireworks in Cleveland. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the homies out there, TD, BVO, and the rest of the guys. Ohio Runs Boxing, Junior the Truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of people in the building for that. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that as the days and, you know what I'm saying, progress. You know what I'm saying? And of course, next week we'll dedicate the show to the winner of that fight, Prince Albert Bell or Abdullah Mason. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end on that one, man. But let me get some last words from y'all, man. TD, man. Let the people know what you got coming, man. I see you've been going live more lately. You've been cooking, you know what I'm saying? You got your guys, you got your crew, man. BVO, you know, open mic. We do a stream over there with you, KG, our fella, you know what I'm saying, on US6 Sports Entertainment Hub. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know what you got coming, brother.
Well, salute to everybody in the panel. Salute to you, 503, for having me on. Let me just close out there. I've been doing a lot of talking today. So I was live early today, and I did the radio show at 2. And then now we're doing this. And then I was on BFTV's panel a little before that. So I'm a little talked out. So I didn't get a lot of things I wanted to get across here. But one thing I want to address is that the people here, you know, at the usual suspects, right? We're not haters, bro. We all we do is build up these fighters and we praise these fighters, and we want to see, you know, the guys do the best, the fighters do the best that they can do, you know what I'm saying? And I speak for myself, but I speak for them as well, because we build up the fighters, right? And we want to see fighters win. We know, like, you're not going to win all the time, but what you got to understand, at least in my point of view, is that fighters do win even when they lose, right? And that's how you build up these fights and build up these fighters. You feel me? So that's what it's all about. So I'll never just discredit anybody. You know what I'm saying? We can always be critical, but we always build up these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to see the best for them, you know, for all of them. We're not taking these punches. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'll be there next week. I'll be in Cleveland. I'll be covering it. You know what I'm saying? Turncoat Tommy will be in the building. And Turncoat Tommy will not be a turncoat next week, 503. You know why? Because Shushu's my guy. And I'm not picking against Shushu. No way, no how. So Turncoat Tommy will take a rest next week.
Yeah, because he not fighting Monster Inoue or Espinoza.
No. The only way I might pick against Shushu might be against my guy Jan Santana, because I might be 50-50. But I got Shushu over everybody. That's my number one guy right there. You know what I'm saying?
Easy
Yeah.
walk.
Probably.
Shushu, easy walk.
Yeah, so that's it, man. Salute to everybody, man, and thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, man, I like Yan, man. Shushu, KG. Tusu, easy walk. You know what I'm saying? KG, man, let me get your last, man. What you opening up the lounge this week, man? What you got coming? Real conversations, tales from the B-side. What's on the menu, man?
Currently working on a real conversation right now, but open mic, bro. You know what I'm saying? That it's sporadic, man. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? In this with good reason, because it ain't for everybody to get in. You know what I'm saying? So when the lounge opens, it's like it's exclusive, but it's damn meant to bring the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So when y'all see it, just know it ain't no fake. It ain't a fake post. It ain't a fake show. It ain't nothing fake about it. So when y'all see that shit pop up into your notifications, it be who of y'all to pull up, man. Because you know what I'm saying. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. It's a 5-star menu, man. You know what I'm saying. Served by 2 great chefs. You know what I'm saying? And then if the time permits, you know what I'm saying, motor mixologist, he might even be in the building. You get what I'm saying? So it's something that is meant for the people. So and if the people are paying attention, they'll know when it's damn gonna go live. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's not something we gotta announce until it's time for the damn lounge to open. You know what I'm saying? So, but Tales from the B-side, like I said, anybody that knows anything about hunting down fighters or building, you know what I'm saying, anything toward, you know what I'm saying, actually having guests, it's not an easy task sometimes. And then it's not sometimes you just want to go get anybody. You get what I'm saying? So you be looking for particular characters, particular topics, particular. So that's something that takes time. So y'all bear with me, and that's something that I do announce. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know when that's coming. Like I say, I got a real conversation that I'm working on. I got a fight card that I'm working on also here in Richmond, Virginia. So I get, you know what I'm saying, turning and burning. Y'all see the picture. I'm on the flag football field still. You know what I'm saying? Baby girl winning championships. So it's a little bit of everything right now. But you already know what it is. Anybody in this chat that knows me, and they already know what I'm about to say. Anything that got their US6 logo on it, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not tardy, I will be there. And this is a call out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, in the YouTube world. If you post a link in your chat and y'all are talking something that makes sense to me, I might pull up in full foreign territory and hit links. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all might hear the good doctor's voice, you know what I'm saying, abroad. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, man, it's been another great one, man. Usual Suspects Sunday. I like how you damn centered it around the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about the card, but you centered it around the fighter and you actually gave him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? And everything was, you know what I'm saying, solidly stated. So anybody that's listening, ain't no hate over here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't love because, you know what I'm saying, the shit that Thomas said, that don't all apply to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna beat you down, win, lose, or draw. So it ain't make no damn difference to me. But other than that, man, good one, man. Anything US6, anything my boy 503, because he's a short master. Y'all will see these shorts get posted. That's why he keep turning his camera on so he can be fancy. You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all tap in, man. And we go tap into y'all because we about to start pulling up. Y'all about to hear who the usual suspects really are. So shout out to everybody.
Yes, sir. All fella, man. Let the people know what the man scientists got cooking, man. I see you in the lab dropping more drip for the usual suspects, man. Yeah, shop usualsuspect6.com. Fight pool. What we got? Season 4 fight pool coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got Zoo for the night. You're gonna be on your Captain Zoo for teams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Go on, close us out, brother.
Indeed. Yo, another dope Usual Suspect Sundays. Salute to everybody that pulled up. Once again, as Five said, make sure y'all tap in the shop usualsuspect6.com because y'all for the description. You see Five with the Texas drip tank on right now, you know what I mean? We actually got some new wallets, 503. We got some wallets, you know what I mean? engraved leather. So y'all go check that out. 3 different styles right on shopusualsuspect6.com. Of course, we are also got our Clean Fighter campaign, all the Clean Fighter tees, so to speak. Quick Draw Randall was in effect, was in action last night. Got the 5th round stoppage against Jesus Maldonado. So big up to Quentin Quick Draw Randall, the Clean Fighter, for getting that stoppage. And he alluded to a big announcement himself. You know what I mean? Yeah, there goes the new wallet. You know what I mean? This is out of the gold collection as well. You know what I mean? The new collection we've dropped for the summer season. So yeah, we got the wallets. We'll be dropping for the ladies some similar handbags, gold collection style, you know what I mean? So yeah, y'all go check out the drip. New items drop on a weekly basis here at shopusualsuspect6.com. You in the dig. But y'all know what it is. I won't lastly, Five, I won't be watching Zuffa tonight.
What?
Yeah, I'm not too like respectfully, you know what I mean? Big up De Los Santos and El Rayo for getting on for that rematch. Should be an interesting fight, should be an interesting card, but Zuffa need to do more for me right now. I'm ready for some more big announcements, man. You know what I mean? I'm like the middle class boxing is cool, but let me hear some more big announcements, Zuffa. You know what I mean? Like when we gonna hear Shakur, when we gonna hear Devin Haney signed on the dotted line, and when we gonna hear possibly Alexander Usyk and Deontay Wilder signed on the dotted line, Zuffa. You know what I mean? Is there a reason why Usyk just dropped all those belts? You know what I mean? And says he got one more dance left. Yeah. Is there a reason for that? You know what I mean? So it's going to be some interesting times coming up, but I refuse to watch Zuffa until I get those answers answered. You know what I mean? Those questions answered straight up and down. But I will be going to the house of the Dragons tonight, 503. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Definitely on my menu. You know what I mean? To see how that battle goes down. You know what I mean? Those are the top promoters in the sport right now. Yeah, team black and team green, nigga. Yeah, that's what I'm about tonight. So big up once again, everybody. It's your favorite, your most hated R fellas. Salute to the usual suspects. And I'm Gizzo.
Yes, sir. And on that note, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be sure to tune in. Like I say, man, my brothers will be posting more content. TD got a bunch of shit coming. He gonna be in Cleveland this weekend, him and BVO. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the guys, you know what I'm saying? Open mic. I'm pretty sure the brothers is gonna open a lounge up. So when you see that US6 signal go up, man, y'all be sure to pop in, man. You know what I'm saying? We did decent numbers last week, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta keep that going upward, you know what I'm saying? Up north, you know what I'm saying? We need that to trend upwards with the engagement and the numbers and stuff. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. I am your host, 503 Line, man. Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment, man. Texas is forever on my back in the straight like that, man. US6, man. We up out of here, man. Peace.
You know, I'm not having it. Everybody's a suspect today.
Title holder and still undefeated Gabriel El Capitan Maestre.
How is that? And this gets done too by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life. I'm sick of it.